Hello and welcome to NXTGEN Racing, the home of clean and fair sim racing for all.
Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to NXTGEN Racing, live on YouTube and live on Facebook. You join us for the final round of this season, and it's brought to you at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in East Belgium. Where else is this championship going to end? Well, it could end at Le Mans, it could end at Daytona, other very notable championship venues to end the championship, but Spa is our venue tonight. A fantastic track, 25 kilometers west of the border with Germany, and it was first hosted the race in 1921. So this circuit, 100 years of legacy, so plenty of history to go along with it, and we've got history in the making tonight as we have 3 championships on the cards tonight. So we'll find out very shortly who is in the running for all of those championships. But first, a little bit about the championship before we get going tonight. This is a NXTGEN Racing GT3 Season 9. We've been through many weeks of racing, all of which hosted by NXTGEN Racing, and it's helped to be hosted by its partner sponsors and affiliates that include PowerMax Racing, Mark Sykes Designs, Benji Sim Photos, Motorsport UK Esports, Sam Cases, Moser Racing, Joyce Design, and Falconer PC. So this championship, Season 9, we're in the 10th round of the championship, and a little bit about what has been and gone this season. We're into the final round of the championship, which will be a singular 2-hour endurance. You can see towards the bottom of the screen, there is a mention of 3 endurance rounds. And the 3 endurance rounds, this is the third, that usually and pretty much always hosts the final round of the championship here at NXTGEN on Thursday nights in this GT3/endurance racing type league. It will be a 120-minute race, as we mentioned. It's a singular race, no qualifying, and that is because the grid is formed by reverse championship order of each category. So the championship leader in gold category will start at the back of their grid, and similar with the silver category and the bronze category. And what are gold, silver and bronze category? Well, they are the different skilled tiered categories, or classes as some people call them, in this championship. The top third skilled drivers in the league will typically go into the gold category, the middle tier of drivers will go into the silver category, and the lesser experienced drivers will go into the bronze category. They are the 3 championships that are all up for grabs tonight. There are battles continuing on in all of those categories. No champion has been confirmed yet in any of them, as well as a teams championship, which we have to get confirmed tonight as well. But throughout the season, we have had 2 different formats of racing, one of them being the endurance rounds, which we are hosting tonight. But we also had a traditional sprint and feature race format, which was preceded by qualifying. They featured in 7 of the 10 rounds this season. What also makes this championship so unique? Well, it's a fixed setup series, which admittedly isn't unique for a championship, but it just means that there's so many cars in the field and there's so many different skills of drivers that the cars have a big say in the pace of the drivers, as well as the drivers, their skill themselves in being able to take the car as it is out of the box. With the setup it is given, they're not allowed to change anything, so it is purely down to drivers' skill to get themselves to the front of the grid. But the reason I've mentioned that as well is because we are in week 13 of iRacing, the notorious week 13, and with that means there are plenty of changes, and there have been plenty of changes which might shake up the field tonight, as there are certain cars that were quicker that are no longer quicker as of this week, and that has all turned around within the last week. So we'll touch on that shortly. But that's the state of things as we head into tonight. We also have a live race control, full course yellow system, and a live safety car manned by an actual driver. Jamie Dory, one of the admins at NXTGEN Racing, is the official driver of the safety car, which if it's called upon, it means there's been a very serious incident on the circuit, and it's needed just to calm things down and just clean things up a little bit. And the full course yellow system is used for a very similar scenario, but it's rather like the virtual safety car from Formula 1, if you are familiar with that. So that's a little bit about the series, but what about the tracks we have raced on this season? We started off all them months ago, nearly 3 months ago now, at the Mexico City Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. that started this championship off. Then we went south to South America to the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache circuit for round 2. Round 3 was the first of 3 endurance rounds of the championship, and that was hosted at the Road America circuit in Wisconsin. And in round 4 of the championship is the Motorland Aragon circuit in Spain for the first trip to Europe in this championship. Then to first of 2 trips to Germany. Hockenheimring hosted round 5, and then we're back to the endurances for the Nürburgring VLN circuit. Probably one of the more dramatic and more exciting, actually, rounds of the championship was round 6 at the VLN. Round 7 was hosted at Silverstone in the UK, home circuit, so a lot of the drivers in the field. But then round 8, we headed to the Temple of Speed that was Monza in Italy. Round 9 last week, and the week before that, actually, as it had to be split across 2 different weeks. The sprint race being run on the first of 2 weeks, and the second week, the feature race, and that was due to technical difficulties on the opening night of the Canadian Tire round 9. And that was hosted at Mosport, the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. But tonight we're at Spa, as we mentioned. One of my favourite tracks of all time. It's still hosted in Formula 1, for the time being. On and off, I guess. But it's a fantastic circuit. It hosts it hosts Formula 1, it hosts WEC, and it also hosts the 24 Hours of Spa, which has been going on for more than 100 years. So a classic circuit, a classic event, and we pay homage to that tonight with round 10 of the championship, the closing round of this championship. And the last time Spa-Francorchamps was hosted in this championship Thursday night at NXTGEN Racing, it was season 5, and it was a regular sprint and feature race format race. I think it was round 8 that season. So it's good to have it back, and it's good to have it as an endurance round. But what about the cars that the drivers can race with? Well, there's plenty to choose from. However, there's a little bit of an asterisk next to that tonight, because there's a few teething issues with the new season of iRacing that technically starts with week 13, and it has meant that the server was limited to 8 cars. So there are some cars in this listing that have had to miss out tonight, and some drivers have had to seek to other manufacturers to see if they can use their cars tonight, and thankfully some have been able to get hold of a new car for tonight. But we will not be seeing the Audi R8, the BMW M4 and the Corvette Z06 tonight. They will be missing from the roster, but we will have the Acura NSX, which is piloted by one of our championship protagonists tonight. We also have the Aston Martin Vantage. We will have the Ferrari 296, the Ford Mustang, the Lamborghini Huracan, the McLaren 720S, the Mercedes AMG, and the Porsche 911. We will see championship contenders in the Porsche, in the Mercedes, the Lamborghini, and the Acura. So quite the cocktail of cars we're going to see tonight. Now, throughout the season, drivers can switch cars, or could switch cars if they wanted to, but it did come with a 50-point penalty that is added to their championship total. That's essentially for tonight, for the drivers who are affected that they were driving the Audi, BMW or the Corvette previously. They probably, most likely, will not be affected by that penalty/rule. That's a little bit about the cars. So, let's get down to what we're really here for tonight. And it is a championship showdown. We have got 3 categories. Technically 4 championships, as we also have a teams championship on the cards. So let's go through what's on the cards tonight for the championships, and we'll start with the gold category. And this is the state of play as we head into tonight. Now, there is a little bit of an asterisk next to all of these because Mosport is technically counting as 2 rounds at the moment. That is still TBC to find out if it's actually the case later on. But the way things are right now, this is as things stand. We have got a 22-point lead for William Guthrie in the Gold Championship heading into tonight. He has pretty much dominated this championship in terms of wins, but he did start the championship on a little bit of the back foot with a bad round at Mexico, being one of actually his worst round, including the split rounds that happened. The split rounds that happened last time at Mosport. Mexico City was not a good round for William, but he's accumulated the most wins this season of any driver. And he did take the lead in the championship as soon as the drop rounds were implemented. And he comes into tonight with only a 22-point lead, considering the amount of wins he's had. And that is because Harry Langford and Benji McCluskey have made this, historically in Next Gen, one of the closest championship showdowns that's ever been in Next Gen Racing. And in fact, in this entire history of these Thursday night leagues, it is the most accumulated points that from these three drivers, they're in the top 10 of those most accumulated points ever. So that's incredible from 3 drivers in 1 season when you're looking at a range of 9 seasons in total. So bravo to these drivers. They'll battle it out tonight. So the way it's going to work tonight, I'll just grab my notes here to see what William Guthrie has to do tonight to secure the championship. He merely needs to secure 5th. He needs to score 4th or higher, to secure the championship, does William Guthrie. If he finishes 4th, he is champion, bar none. The way the championship works right now as we look at it. So Harry Langford and Benji McCluskey will be hoping for a bad round from William Guthrie. So we'll see what happens. Silver category. Alan McCain leads the championship and by quite a margin, 36 points. There's quite a large gap to Jeffrey Kruger. Jeffrey Kruger had quite a good feature race last time compared to Alan McCain. Alan McCain had a real big struggle in the feature race last week, but he still has a healthy gap in the championship. But McCain simply needs to finish 7th or higher to secure the championship, and that's the way things look for them two heading into tonight. So Jeffrey Kruger will want Alan McCain to have a bad night tonight, to have a sniff at the Silver Championship. But we also have a battle for 3rd and 4th in the championship. Of course, both of these will be going for 3rd. But Paul Williams versus Matthew Addy is one to keep an eye on tonight. Paul Williams in 3rd at the moment, and he holds that position by 8 points. So let's see who gets it between them. It will require Matthew Addy finishing at least 2 positions ahead of Paul Williams to secure that tonight. Whereas the bronze category, it is a 28-point lead for Gabriel Papaconstantino as we head into tonight. 2nd place is Joshua Downing. So a 28-point gap. It means that a finish of 6th or higher will be enough to secure the bronze championship for Gabriel Papaconstantino. He has had so many wins this season. I believe he's had 6 wins this season. Josh Downing, I believe, has had 1 win this season. So the fact that he is still in the championship running with only 1 win to his name this season is brilliant. He has had a super consistent season and has kept the pressure on Gabriel all the way through. And the team's championship, CSA Team Passup lead it at the moment. They've got the drivers of Stefan Vessels, Jeffrey Kruger, who is also going for the Silver Championship, remember, Sean Shute and Wesley Lewin. They lead the championship by 37 points, which is a fairly healthy margin. But in 2nd place, you've got Harry Langford, who's going for the championship in gold, Adam Wilson-Weir and Jack Pittas, who are both super consistent, super strong drivers. They will be helping that team, purely helping that team tonight get the points they need to try and win this championship tonight. And in 3rd place, looking to hang on to a 3rd place, it'd be the first time they ever will get a podium as a team in next-gen racing history. It's Crest Autosport, piloted by drivers Alan McCain and Stephen de Greveglia tonight, as Nigel Stock can't race. He's got no internet, and Stephen Fry has missed the latter part of the season due to injury. The Curry Col Doisseur team will be rivaling in that 3rd place tonight, and they've had a brilliant season in Paul Williams and Jochen Seeger, who are going for top 3s in their championships respectively, but also Mark Baker and Mike Riedner are propping up the points for their team. So that's the situation heading into tonight, and we are heading into the racing very shortly. We are just a few moments away. We're going to go trackside. In fact, we are actually having a slightly extended practice session, so that gives us a little bit of time. Little did I know. That gives us a little bit of time to actually talk about what's going on tonight and talk about really the differences that are happening tonight. All these cars are different, and before tonight in this championship, let's just say, the car that was the one to beat was the Mercedes. There was no doubt about it. It was the better car. Admittedly, these cars are not separated by a huge amount. You can't take anything away from anyone who drives a Mercedes, certainly not. But that's the way things work on iRacing. Certain cars become quicker than others with updates that happen. Balance of performance plays a factor as well. It's never a fully even grid, especially when you don't apply any sort of, I don't know, additional ballast or anything like that to cars, or drop the engine power of any cars, which you can do in some sims. But It has meant that the Mustang has come back to being one of the better cars of the field. You could see Harry Langford at the top of the field right now, quarter of a second clear of William Guthrie. Now, we are racing at Spa. That's the only thing to mention. It's a long track. It's a lot of corners. So it means that there are going to be bigger time differences. The smaller you see the time gaps, the more impressive it is and more close it will be between these drivers. Whereas in the silver category, Alan McCain in second place at the moment, doing everything he needs to in practice at the moment. He has expressed to me, as he's one of my drivers for the team I manage in this championship, Alan McCain has expressed that the Porsche does not feel very good at the moment, so he's a little bit nervous about that. So we will see how he gets on tonight. But practice is looking okay. But it's Stein Vaten's top of the silver category now. He's had a big turn of form in the last couple of rounds. He was super quick at motorsport last time round. He might well be going for his first win of the season tonight in the final round. What a time to make that final win of the season. And Gabriel Papaconstantino, it's business as usual for him. He's top of the times at the moment in the bronze category, but his rival Josh Downing is in third place, not too far behind when it comes to time. So we'll see how things get on tonight with all of these drivers. We haven't got as many drivers as we had in previous rounds, unfortunately. We'll see if any more turn up as the time ticks by, ready for the opening session. Now, it is the start of the World Cup tonight, so as one tournament draws to a close with the NXTGEN GT3s tonight, another one opens, the World Cup opening tonight, and I believe kickoff has just happened for that. But we are about to kick off the final round of this one, and anyone who's watching us tonight instead of that World Cup, or even you might have it side by side, thank you very much. Much appreciated indeed. So with these endurances, as we mentioned, there's no qualifying session. So once this practice session has expired, we will be going straight into the race. It is reverse championship order, so everyone who's leading the championship will have to start at the back of their grid, and it just means that they have to fight their way to the front, and they do have to put in quite a lot of effort to make it work tonight. They're going to be nervous in traffic. This is typically what happens in these final rounds. But it's why these drivers are where they are in the championship, as they are the ones that have been able to get themselves to the front of the grid when it matters in these reverse grid races. All feature races have been reverse grid, and all endurance races have been reverse grid, so they are quite used to it by now. But with it being the final round, there's some added nerves with that. I've gone for championships in the past where you're just a bit nervous about everything that's going on around you. And there are drivers here who are going for a first. William Guthrie was going for championship in Season 5. And he wasn't able to attend the full season, so it really ended that dream for him there. Alan McCain has been in NXTGEN for a very long time. As long as I've been a part of it, I think Alan McCain has been a part of it. Alan McCain has never won a championship, he's told me, in NXTGEN. So this will be his first tonight after so many years of trying. And Gabriel Papaconstantino came along around about Season 5 or Season 6, he was telling me. And he started off and he was dead last in his first ever race in this championship all them seasons ago. And now he's fighting for the championship in bronze. It is incredible to see. 4 minutes to go in practice. Some drivers still out there getting a little bit more practice. Some drivers will call it a day on practice. They'll believe they've done enough practice, or they can't do much more to improve. But I think Harry Langford is out there. He's probably testing tyre degradation. He's probably testing fuel consumption. All things like that are very important for these endurance rounds, as there's always usually 2 scheduled stops, unless there's anything that strangely happens, like rain. Looking out my window now, I'm not in Belgium, granted, but my area is slightly threatened with rain, but it's looking very, very nice at Spa right now in the sim, so we could be okay. We could be okay. But the commentator just said that, so yeah. Just looking at YouTube chat. Yep, it is still fixed setup. So the cars, the drivers and the cars they're given are the cars they must drive. They're only allowed to change the brake bias unless anything's changed in the last couple of hours. Whilst iRacing, the last couple of days, should we say, whilst iRacing has been in week 13. But there'll be a little bit of frustration for some drivers as we're racing in week 13 and the cars have changed. But for us viewers, it creates that little bit of extra excitement. It just throws a cat amongst the pigeons. It just means that the drivers have to be a little bit more adaptive to the cars, to what they're given. Drivers in the session right now. We do have 27 drivers right now, and we have of them 11 drivers in gold category, 7 drivers in silver category, and 9 drivers in bronze category. So with there being 7 drivers in silver category right now, it does mean that Alan McCain merely needs to finish the race. But we have seen strange things happen in previous seasons. Now, I'm going to quote it again. I quote it a lot. I know I do. I've been called out for it. But Benji McCluskey's disconnection from Season 7. It was the final lap of the championship. He was leading the championship on the road. And then his internet gave out, which it nearly did last week as well. And it ended the championship for him, handed it over to Stefan Wessels, who was not too far behind him on the road and needed McCluskey to finish a few places down anyway. But that's it. That's all it takes. It is a 2-hour race. It means, and it also means that because we have no more drop rounds, they're all implemented across rounds 1 to 9. It means that all points scored by these drivers tonight count, and any DNFs or disconnections or disqualifications will count. It means 0 points. There is the championship leader in the silver category getting a little bit more practice, whereas the other championship leaders, in fact, most of the championship protagonists, except for Alan McCain and Jeffrey Kruger, are in the pits now, just waiting for the session to tick over. We'll be going straight to gridding, ready for the start of this race. And as it's Spa-Francorchamps, there are varying start lines. We are starting on the Grand Prix straight, so where Alan McCain is approaching now will be the start line for this race. It means turn 1 will be La Source. It means we're going to get a good run down to Eau Rouge, because I prefer that. I prefer when we start here. It means that Eau Rouge is a little bit more chaotic. Here we go. We are about to start our final round of the championship. And we will go through that grid very short. There we go. So, starting at the front of the gold category will be Matt Cheverton. And alongside him, Jason Raff. Andrew Pike, race winner previously this season. The feature race of Monza will start 3rd. Gaz Williams, still looking for his first win of the season, is 4th. Adam Wilson-Weir is 5th, followed by Benji McCluskey, who's going for the championship tonight. Can he keep the number 1 on his door? We'll find out. Harry Langford, going for his first championship, is starting 7th, being 2nd in the championship. And William Guthrie, the championship leader, will start 8th. 9th will be Ben Altra, followed by Archie Bennett in 10th position, and Stefan Wessels will start in 11th. Elwyn Sykes will start pole position for the silver category, with Stein Vatens, who's in fine form at the moment, will start 2nd. Quinton Klumpert 3rd from Matthew Addy, who's going for 3rd in the championship. And you know what? He might well get it if he can finish tonight, as Paul Williams is nowhere to be seen tonight, which is a big, big shame. Jeffrey Kruger going for the championship tonight, 2nd in the championship, but he'll start 5th alongside Alan McCain, the leader of the championship, heading into tonight. Sean Shute will start 7th in the silver category. And the bronze category at the front of their grid will be Mike Reedner, with Chamois Samuel in second place. Stephen de Gravelia will start third with Wesley Lewin alongside. Jochen Seeger going for third in the championship will start fifth. Josh Downing going for the championship tonight is second heading into tonight. Sixth on the grid with Gabriel Papaconstantino, the championship leader, will start seventh on the grid. Davide Favo and Matt Gatter will start at the back of the bronze category grid. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One last time this season. It's the GT3's Season 9. Round 10 of the championship. So, as we mentioned, it's just a singular race tonight. A 2-hour endurance. And this is our circuit tonight, Spa-Francorchamps. We will start on the Grand Prix start-finish, and it will be a very short formation lap. You can see just to the right of the grid there is the karting circuit, so we are just past Stavelot, and we'll be heading towards Blanchemont. So a very short and slow formation lap, headed by the virtual safety car on iRacing, not by Jamie Dory, our resident safety car driver. And Matt Cheverton will lead us off the line in the Aston Martin to start us off for this 2-hour endurance. Scheduled 2 stops in this race, but stranger things have happened. And if there's any safety cars or forecourse yellows or anything like that, it can lead to varying strategies. So this is the gold category. They'll start first. Then it'll be the silver category about 10 seconds later, and then the bronze category a further 10 seconds after that. Raff and Cheverton lead us through, and we'll start this race as soon as the lights go out. And that is now. Cheverton leads us off the line to start this race at Spa-Francorchamps. The championship is on for the gold category as we head into La Source for the first time. William Guthrie trying to head it round the outside of Benji McCluskey, who's already moving up the order a little bit. Meanwhile, the silver category are off and away. It looks like a slow start for the silver category, but they are away, and Stein Vatens will lead them into turn number 1 with Alan McCain on the inside, very tight on the inside there, right alongside Jeffrey Kruger. Meanwhile, the bronze category, they're away, and Mike Reedner would lead us into turn 1 for the bronze category. Rio Papaconstantino just tiptoeing his way through there, making sure he can get through. Meanwhile, in the gold category, Gaz Williams is already up to second place. Gained 2 places from the start. Great start for Gaz Williams. Can he get his first win here today? We'll find out. Let's go back to the bronze category because it's shuffling up a little bit. Josh Downing is already up into second place, and there is drama at the back as Wesley Lewin is off the track. So is Chamois Samuel. Unfortunately, a missing front bumper already for Chamois Samuel. He's able to get it away, and he'll have to take a fast repair, but that's already a bad start to his race. Meanwhile, silver category, Matthew Addy is on the outside, but Jeffrey Kruger is already up into first place. A brilliant start to this race for him. 4 places gained already. Fantastic start for the South African, for CSA, who's trying to also win the championship for his team as well. Matthew Addy in second place. He's got a chance at third in the championship tonight, and at the moment, he holds it. Benji McCluskey's up to 4th place already, and William Guthrie in the James May livery tonight that he's always used in the endurance rounds. He's in 5th. Great start for him, but Harry Langford, slightly slow start for him. He stays where he started in 7th place, but plenty of the race to go. Plenty of strategy to unfold as well. Gabriel Papaconstantino, good start, up to 4th place already. We did see the start. He was tiptoeing through a little bit, and I think that was the right decision to do. But now he's starting to make progress. He's behind Matt Gatter at the moment in the Ferrari for Gastet Motorsports. But Josh Downing, a really good start to this race. He's in 2nd place, and off the track a little bit there was Jochen Seeger. He'll concede 5th place to Davide Favo as a result of that. Meanwhile, we have got Benji McCluskey on the outside of Andrew Pike, muscling his way past. Benji McCluskey is not one to move through the grid so quickly at the start of the race, but I think he feels like it's needs must right now, as he's up into the podium positions already, and William Guthrie looking to follow his way through. What can he do heading out of Eau Rouge and Razion right now? Might get a good slipstream down the straight here. Let's find out what he can do. McCluskey goes to the inside to not only get a little bit of slipstream, but defend his position. But we've also got Gaz Williams versus Matt Cheverton heading into Lake Combe. But no move to be made. William Guthrie has made his way past Andrew Pike. We caught the back end of that a little bit heading into Lake Combe there just then. But he's up to 4th place now. Meanwhile, this is Alan McCain struggling potentially. I did see him move up to 4th place, but he's lost out again to Elwyn Sykes. No moves just yet as Jeffrey Kruger and Matthew Addy make their way at the front of the silver category. But Alan McCain doesn't need to do much more here. He merely needs to finish this race, as I mentioned, as we see a move from Sean Shute on Quinton Clumpert for 6th place in silvers. That's move done from Sean Shute. A lot of CSA drivers out there just trying to get it done for the team. And I really predict that all they need to do is just finish in their races tonight for it to be done in their team's championship. Fab Constantino's up to 3rd place. He just needs to catch up with championship rival Josh Downing. But with the way things stand right now, yes, we're only 2 laps in, but Papa Constantino would have the championship as it stands right now. In fact, all of our championship leaders theoretically have it right now, the way things stand right now. We've got Harry Langford up to 5th place. He's just made his way past Andrew Pike through Blanchemont just then. Meanwhile, Matt Cheverton still guarding from Gaz Williams. Now, these are 2 drivers that are incredibly fierce in battle on the track. But we have Benji McCluskey, who's making his way past Gaz Williams. A very good exit then, and a flash of the lights then from Gaz Williams. Might not have liked something that Matt Cheverton did just then. What can Gaz Williams do? And Gaz Williams, not always the team player. I say that with a pinch of salt. He just battles for himself. And look at that, that's William Guthrie. He's just sneaked to the inside of Benji McCluskey, who was on the outside of Gaz Williams, and that's lost the position to William Guthrie. That's exactly what Guthrie needs right now, ahead of his rivals and in the top 3 already. The camel straight they go. They all go to the inside to defend their position and follow the slipstream. Don't forget also... Whoa, there's a big dive from Benji McCluskey there. I think he's playing the risky game. Oh, and he's been washed out wide a little bit by Gaz Williams, his teammate. On the outside now is Harry Langford, another championship rival of Benji McCluskey's. And he's through. Langford's up into 4th place, just sneaking through past Benji McCluskey there, who couldn't get the move done on Gaz Williams and lost the position in the end as a result. Now, that sets William Guthrie 3 to go after Matt Cheverton as he snuck past Gaz Williams in all of that as well. It might well be a challenge for the lead of the race as early as lap 3 or even 4 for William Guthrie. Meanwhile, this is Papa Constantino very close to Mike Reedner, not quite making the move going down into Bruxelles there. But the move may well come soon. This is looking quicker. He's got fastest lap of the race, and it's a good point to mention. That fastest lap of the race also gets a bonus 2 points in these endurance rounds. So that's important for the championship protagonists as well. We have considered that as well when calculating the what-ifs as we head into tonight. William Guthrie is alongside Matt Cheverton as we head into the bus stop. That's no longer a bus stop. Cheverton hangs on to it for now. And I was just saying that Matt Cheverton and Gaz Williams are 2 very fierce drivers on the track, but William Guthrie has been one of the more notable clinical overtakers of this championship. He's so good at getting through the pack quickly. And he's trying to make a move for 1st place already. But Harry Langford, he's really put the hammer down in the last few laps. He's got himself ahead of McCluskey, and he's already all over the rear of Gaz Williams here. Through Eau Rouge and Radion they go, and there we go. That's moving out of the slipstream already for William Guthrie. Now Matt Cheverton is forced to go to the middle of the track to try and guard his line going into Lake Combe. Is Guthrie late enough on the brakes? Can he keep it alongside? No, he can't. And look at that also. That's Langford alongside Gaz Williams. He's hung out to dry on the outside. He takes a bit of gravel, but he's able to keep his foot planted to try and get his way past. Can he make it around the outside at Bruxelles, though? This will be insane if he can get this done. Gaz Williams fights back on the inside, but no, Langford has got it done. Brilliant racing from Langford there. He's going after Guthrie here, you can just tell. Meanwhile, Papa Constantino is going for second place in bronze category. He's got the inside of Mike Reed now, heading into Lake Coombe. And there we go. He's got it. Up into second place goes the championship leader of bronze category. He doesn't need to win this race, but I have a feeling he'll go for it anyway. Matthew Addy against Jeffrey Kruger here. Are they going to battle much? Remains to be seen. Matthew Addy knows he doesn't need to do much to secure third in the championship now. He might know that in the back of his head, but Jeffrey Kruger will know that he needs to at least win this race to give him more of a chance. He's really relying on Alan McCain getting retirement from this race. Meanwhile, back to the gold category. This continues to rage on. Jochen Seeger has just made a move on Matt Gatter for fourth place in the race. But what will we see here? No moves from anyone just yet. Just a crocodile of 5 cars there as they head out of the bus stop. Black off chicane. Guthrie moves out. Oh, and Dykes back to the inside of Matt Cheverton. A bit of contact there, but muscling his way through is William Guthrie, and he's had to swerve across the track to guard his position from Harry Langford. And a flash of the lights there from Cheverton. He was not happy about that. He's lost 2 positions as a result of that daring move from Guthrie. One for the stewards to maybe take a look at, and we'll see what happens. But Guthrie is not backing off yet. And look at this. This is Langford on the outside of Guthrie, heading down the Kemmel Straight. The Mustang seems to be far quicker than Mercedes. Or is it? Well, it was for an initial moment there, but there we go. Back into, well, not back into the lead. Into the lead goes Langford. What a few laps he's had. Stormed it past Guthrie, heading out of Radion. Now Guthrie is guarding from Cheverton, who wants his revenge. Oh, maybe a little bit of a tap there on the rear from Cheverton to push Guthrie wide. But there we go, that's Langford through. He's into the position he needs to be tonight. He just needs the racing gods to help him out with the rest now. He will need Guthrie to finish 5th or lower for him to have a sniff at the championship. He is 2nd in the championship heading into tonight. Took it away from McCluskey last week, having won the feature race last time at Motorsport. It was his first win since Motorland Aragon, which was round 4 of the championship. So it was good to see him back on the top step. It was a really good drive as well last time at Motorsport. What a few laps it's been for Langford, though, up into the lead of this race. And Guthrie has got himself a little bit clear of Matt Cheverton now. Just wondering if we can get a replay of that move. This might have been it. Let's just see if this is it. Yeah, here we go. So this is Guthrie heading to the... This was a lap ago. He throws the dummy, goes to the left, and then he goes, nope, I'm going back there. He gets himself alongside, but Cheverton, well, was he moving to the apex? I'm not entirely sure. It was incredibly difficult to call. Oh, hang on a minute. We've had something happen. That's Matt Cheverton facing the wrong way, and Gaz Williams stuck behind him. So something's happened between them two, heading into La Source. That's Gaz Williams going for the inside. And the two just meet lines, and it turns him around. And I think Gaz Williams kind of realised and held back to let Cheverton back through, but there's going to be damage on the pair of their cars. And it just means they're now on the back foot in this race. It does create a top 3 almost identical to our championship. William Guthrie in 2nd rather than 1st, and Langford in 1st rather than 2nd. But with the way things stand right now, Guthrie will be champion. And he has also got Ben Outry in 4th place, who is teammate with William Guthrie. He'll help out Guthrie any way he probably needs to two full tilt representants. And Ben Altra hasn't attended all rounds this season, but this is looking pretty good so far for Ben Altra, 4th place right now. Let's give a little love to the other category, shall we? Jeffrey Kruger still leads this race, not quite gapping Matthew Addy. Matthew Addy, now I'm fairly sure that Matthew Addy, I've raced with him on Race Room at Spa once, and he was brilliant here. So it might be a favourite track of his if my memory does serve me right. This was back in the COVID days when I'm remembering this with Matthew Addy. But that was in touring cars on Race Room. This is GT3s on iRacing now. Completely different kettle of fish. Alan McCain, our championship leader, is in 4th place. That's all he needs tonight. And I imagine he's not pushing particularly hard tonight. He's just going to get the job done here. Meanwhile, in bronze category, Gabriele Papaconstantino is catching up with Joshua Downing. And whilst this season, the headlines really have been dominated by Gabriele Papaconstantino this season with the wins he's had, the championship lead he's held for as far back as round 4, I think. Josh Downing really has put in a stellar season this season. 1 win to his name, but the rest of the season he has just clawed points here and there to keep the championship going into tonight. And the only Acura driver in the field as well, as you can see on the console there. But the Acura, a very overlooked car. It's not the prettiest car in the field, let's be honest, but it's on iRacing and it's being used in this league, which is lovely to see. Now, Jochen Seeger, fastest lap of the race just then. He can, maybe even will, secure 3rd in the championship tonight. And that'll be one of his best results in a championship, especially in bronze category in this championship. And he'll be, I know, he will be super pleased with that after tonight. Oh, hang on a minute. Side by side, here we go, between Downing and Papaconstantino. Papaconstantino took to the outside at Lecombe, but as we head through, he's not able to get it done, but he gets the undercut, heading out, and he's now got the inside for Bruxelles. Now, can he get it done? Josh Downing's able to power it around the outside and gets it back in front. Good defending there from Josh Downing. Kept his cool, just kept it on the black stuff, and got it back in front. However, Mike Riedner and Jochen Seeger are not far away from this battle. If these two squabble too much, it will invite in the Écurie Col Doisseur team, who are 3rd and 4th, and they are going for 3rd in the championship tonight. They're the only drivers representing the team tonight, I believe. So a good point score tonight means they could threaten 3rd place against Crest Autosport, which is Alan McCain, going for 4th right now, passing Sean Shute. And he is through. That's another place for Alan McCain. And there's also, for the Crest Autosport team, there's Stephen de Greville, who's had to make a last-minute switch to the Mustang tonight, and it's because the Corvette wasn't able to be allowed in the server tonight due to iRacing difficulties. Classic. So he is driving a very different car to him tonight. Oh, look at that. Oh, no, there's contact between Papaconstantino and Josh Downing. Please don't let it come to that. But Papaconstantino squeezes through. Oh, I'm not sure about that overtake, you know, but he's through. He's into the lead. Let's see what happens with that. Very, very edgy stuff there. Let's get another replay of that from above. It should... that's not the right one. This is the right one. Let's have a look. So, good exit from Blanchimont, maybe. Yep. Gaining rapidly out of the corner on Josh Downing there. It takes the outside with minimal room. And there is a bit of net code, admittedly. But it gets Josh Downing a little bit out of shape. And through goes Papaconstantino. Well, that is a lead change in bronze category, but it's going to continue on. Josh Downing is going to go to the outside, not later on the brakes though. But he won't give up, will Josh Downing? He'll try and get it back. He knows he needs some positions over Papaconstantino, but that's not going to stop Josh Downing from trying. So the top three divvied up a little bit in gold category. Benji McCluskey's not too far away from William Guthrie, but on that last lap, fastest lap of the race, was set by Harry Langford. Maybe just over 3/10 of a second quicker than Guthrie and McCluskey on that last lap. So Langford, he's cooking tonight. He's absolutely pushing it. I'm going for a last hurrah with a race win here. And I believe if he won tonight, well, for the season so far, he's had 4 wins. This would make it 5, if my maths are correct. Oh, is that Alan McCain facing the wrong way? It is. Alan McCain facing the wrong way, heading out of Blanchimont. Now, what's happened to him? He might have kept it out of the wall. Let's find out. Oh, and that's one of the CSA drivers alongside him. Alan McCain might not have been warned quick enough that he was there. But thankfully, he's kept it out of the wall. And that will dropping down to 6th place. In category, it's still enough. But it was a far from ideal situation for him. But he will just need to secure probably more positions here, as it all depends on how the championship standings refresh after tonight. By that I mean my maths, it might be possibly more incorrect, but I'm pretty sure I'm right with these championship scenarios the way they are right now. So that means Alan McCain is not too far ahead on the road on this battle in bronze category, and still fairly close between Papa Constantino and Josh Downing. And the thing is, with fixed setups on a track like this, it does make it quite hard to get like a straight line advantage on other drivers, as you can tune your car on a track like this, especially like this in Le Mans, Daytona, maybe even the Nürburgring. You can tailor your car to be quicker on the faster sections or quicker in the slower sections to get you the upper hand on certain parts of the track. You can't do that in this series. You are limited to what you can do in the car with the fixed setups. So it means down the straights you are partially vulnerable, but that means there's a certain limit to what people can slipstream on you down those straights. We might be seeing it a little bit here. We're not seeing a huge amount of overtaking on the straight, but we are seeing drivers who are getting good exits from corners, and that's what they're having to do. They're having to utilize their skill in their cars as much as they can to get a good boost out of the corners to make these moves. Now, William Guthrie has lost position to Benji McCluskey. And this is how it happened, and we were just mentioning about slipstreaming. This might be one of those scenarios where the Mustang is just quicker down the straights at the moment than the Mercedes. And that is McCluskey through and into 2nd place. Guthrie won't be panicking too much. Races be races and they want to win. I get that, myself included. But William Guthrie shan't panic that much at this point. Now, meanwhile, in the silver category, we've got Stein Vatens rapidly gaining on Matthew Addy, who he wasn't too far away from Jeffrey Kruger just a moment ago. He's dropping time to Jeffrey Kruger now, is Matthew Addy, and Stein Vatens is coming into the question here. Stein Vatens on that last lap was around half a second quicker than both drivers ahead of him. So, pedal to the metal for Stein Vatens, and it is his home turf tonight. So can he convert this to a home win tonight? And he is a graduate from the bronze category, so he's not actually contended in silver category for very long. In fact, only this season. And he hasn't had a win yet to his name in bronze silver category, whereas the two drivers ahead, Matthew Addy and Jeffrey Kruger, have. Now, Stein Vatens was runner-up last season in the bronze category. So he hasn't got a championship to his name either, and he hasn't been contending for the silver category this season, but definitely one of the more improved drivers this season, as he has come from being bit of a midfielder in the silver category, and he has come forward to contending for real fast times and high positions in the silver category now. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on next season. As we see on the timing tower, Benji McCluskey has just set fastest lap of the race, albeit not that much quicker than Harry Langford and William Guthrie. And that just summarises how close these three have been all season. And we have, I did mention it earlier, we have legitimately seen one of the closest and more successful top threes in the history of Next Gen in this championship this season. These three drivers have been among the top 10 highest scoring drivers ever in this championship. And the fact that it's all three of them in one season is just incredible and just showcases the talent that these three have. And the fact that two of them will miss out on a championship this season, even though they've had this sheer amount of points compared to other drivers in other seasons, it's just incredible. Now, I've heard a thing or two in the background at Next Gen, and I can tell you there are more leagues coming to Next Gen Racing. I'm not going to reveal what, but there are other leagues on the horizon at the moment. But the imminent news of what's going to happen with the Thursday night GT3s does remain to be seen. This is, however, my last broadcast with the GT3s. So let's see if this is a good race to see me out of my duties here on Thursday nights at Next Gen. And after this race, of course, we will be revealing the championship standings, if they are indeed updated on the championship standings. I sincerely hope they are. But if they are, we'll be able to look at the championship standings and also talk to our winning drivers. Steinvatens we're watching now, not too close to the back, not too far, sorry, from the back of Matthew Addy. And look at that, that's Steinvatens in the pits already. And yeah, 25 minutes expired on the clock, which means we are coming around to pit stopped territory. Gaz Williams also in the pits. He has to take a fast repair, so I'm not surprised that he's come in the pits early. But Steinvatens, that might be a little bit of a surprise. He was pushing quite hard, so he probably hasn't been lifting and coasting at all or adopting any fuel-saving tactics that do come in handy in this championship. But he's in the pits nice and early. A lot of drivers will be settling into a rhythm here. And this will be the point in the race. They're going to focus on fuel saving because the next stint is the long stint. The further they can go into that stint, the less fuel they need to take on for the final stop. Which means a shorter stop, which means more time saved on the drivers around them. We do have Mike Reedner in the pits. He was contending in the top 4 for bronze category. Let's see if any other drivers come into the pits. Got Harry Langford approaching the end of the lap here. He, on that last lap, set fast lap of the race and was the first of the field to set a 2 minutes 15. He heads into the pits now. What about the others? McCluskey and Guthrie make the same call. That could be down to fuel, to be fair, rather than just copying strategy. We've also got Ben Oucher in the pits, Archie Bennett, Andrew Pike, Jason Raff has stayed out, so has Stefan Vettel. Both the CSA drivers will adopt the lead in this race. Of course, CSA, with 4 drivers contending tonight, have a strong chance of the championship tonight with the amount of drivers they got taking part. And they've also got Jeffrey Kruger leading their race. He's in the pits as well. Matthew Addy's in the pits. Sean Shoots as well. So a lot of these drivers in for their first stop of the night. And the thing is with Spa, it's a long lap. So being able to get an extra lap of fuel is quite hard going, especially when you're on only a 27-minute stint. Championship leader Alan McCain is in the pits as well, so is the top 3 and top 4 of bronze category. Langford heads back out on track, so does McCluskey and Guthrie, who's facing the wrong way, heading out of the pits. Let's see what happened to William Guthrie. Cold tyres, and it might have just turned around on him. And you know what? Hang on a minute. Oh, he's kept it in the lines. If he spun it outside the lines there, he would have got himself a black flag. And I can confirm he hasn't got one, according to race control right now. But that's lost him a lot of time to Benji McCluskey. I don't think it's lost him any positions, because that's Ben Outro right behind him. That loses him a lot of time, and it was a very, very close moment for the championship leader. That really would have been a bad situation for William Guthrie. I think you can count his lucky stars right now. However, we've got Stein Vatens in the lead, silver category, with Jeffrey Kruger behind. So in the pits, Stein Vatens has got it in front. Did he put enough fuel? Did he put less fuel in the car is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if he has purposely done that to then get a longer stop later. That would be the compromise. Interesting strategy. It might be the right thing to do to get him in front of the crowd. But is it in the grand scheme of things in the race? Because it might mean he has to take on more fuel later. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so Stephen de Gravelia has now appeared in 3rd place in bronze category. However, he is on an alternative strategy here. So this might not be net 3rd place. However, he's in the running here, and he'll get his elbows out. He is on home turf as well. He's one of 2 drivers from Belgium who are racing here today. So he'll want to get a good result tonight. He did say to me, after 2 top 3s at Mosport, that he wants a podium tonight. Let's end this season on a high. But a lot of drivers do. That's the only other thing. So Harry Langford will reassume lead in this race as Jason Raff and Stefan Vessels are in the pits. And it's now a 3-second lead for Langford, with McCluskey, who's now got a sizable gap to William Guthrie. As you can see here, that's half spin heading out of the pits has lost him a bit of time. Still weaving around to try and warm up the tyres, and it's because last season and this season, or really this entire season at NXTGEN, these GT3s, completely different tyre physics to what we've seen in previous seasons. It takes much longer to warm up the tyres. It merely means that your first lap out on track is no longer the optimal lap. Piper Constantino, you'll see this as 1 pit stop down, leading this race, leading the championship. Just 1 to go in this race. You'll see it as that. He's just got 1 more to get through before he can start thinking about the finish of this race. He's got to keep focused at the moment, because anything can throw a cat amongst the pigeons, like a full course yellow or a safety car. And we've got a bit of time before we roll around to the next pit window opening. So time for these drivers to get their heads down and focus on the task at hand. Not many battles out there at the moment. We have just got this battle in bronze category, which is headed by Josh Downing, Stephen de Gravelia in the middle, Jochen Seeger at the rear of them. They also have Stefan Vessels right in front of them. Stefan Vessels way down the order right now. And these are the bronze category drivers all over the rear of him, as Stefan Vessels, I think, is fresh out the pits, still trying to warm up the tyres. Look at this, that's Stephen de Grevelier trying to get alongside Josh Downing, and that Mustang is super quick now, it's clear. Stephen de Grevelier has basically drove past Josh Downing there. And into second place goes Stephen. Now he is on an off strategy. His last stop. Well, lap one of the race, the opening lap of the race, he might have had damage on the car, so it is going to put him on an alternative strategy. We'll see what happens. He's in second place right now. Make the move. This is one of the closest battles on the track. This is Archie Bennett versus Ben Altria. This is for fourth place. Archie Bennett, I believe Archie Bennett's won a race this season, I think. I think he was the winner. No, he wasn't. No, I'm talking out my backside again. I thought he was one of the winners of the earlier rounds, but I'm mistaken. How has his season been? Let's have a look. As we mostly mention the top threes, we rarely mention below the top three. 14th in the championship. There's been quite a few missed rounds. His highlight of the season was the endurance round at Road America. I think that's the round I'm thinking of, where he was actually leading quite a large portion of that. But that was his best round. I believe that was a 5th place. But he definitely, one thing is clear, you can subjectively say he has not been short of pace this season. You can see him here looking to contend for top 4 right now. And he's up against Ben Altria here, who is a previous race winner in Next Gen. And we'll come back to this if it gets a bit more exciting. Still also a very close battle is this bronze category battle. Stephen de Grevelier slightly pulling away, actually, but Josh Downing under a little bit of threat from Jochen Siegert, and Josh Downing will know at this point that the championship might be slipping away. He knew that he had a steep mountain and a little bit of luck needed for it to fall in his hands tonight. But he will still go for a podium tonight. I believe he still has a strong chance at second place tonight, with Stephen de Grevelier on a very alternative strategy. Jochen Siegert, how about his season? 3rd in the championship heading into tonight. There's a yellow flag for Papa Casino. I'm wondering why. Road yellow flag, maybe? I'm not too sure. I don't know. Yeah, there's no dangers around him, so rest assured. But yeah, Jochen Siegert, the season he's had, super consistent this season. Probably one of the best seasons I've seen him have. 3rd place in bronze category heading into this round, and it's looking highly likely that he'll claim that. So some silverware out of this season in the championship. He'll be very pleased with that. And right now in this race, he's actually putting in a real good shift here, contending for top 3 in this race, up against one of the main championship protagonists in Josh Downing. And we'll see what Jochen Siegert can do next season. So the categories do get refreshed season in, season out. I personally would like to see Josh Downing and Jochen Siegert still in bronze category next season. It means they can potentially battle it out in that category next season. Maybe even the likes of Stephen de Gravelia, Shamoy Samuel, Matt Gatter, and many others in that bronze category. Bennett get closer to Ben Altria. That's how close he is. Taking a little peek to the inside, or just checking out where the braking point is for the corner. And these two aren't far from William Guthrie as well, who's just 2.5 seconds up the road from them. William Guthrie, he is 6 seconds down from Benji McCluskey due to the half spin heading out of the pits. But Guthrie knows he doesn't need to worry too much about that. Here we are in a little bit of a lull period in the race, let's just say. So we'll take a look at some strong statistics from... Excuse me. I couldn't reach the mute button in time. Sorry about that. Yeah, it does give us a chance to look at some statistics from this season. So we'll look at William Guthrie's first of all. Progress through each of our top 3 in our main categories here. Yeah, William Guthrie this season, I believe it started off with the sprint race win at Interlagos, a sprint race win at Hockenheim and Silverstone and Mosport. Feature races, only one, weirdly enough, but you know what, that is quite a surprise actually, and it came at Motorland Aragon. It is quite a surprise actually because of how well he is able to make his way through the grid in those feature races. Was probably more evident last season, I would say. He was a late entry into last season and he vowed to come back this season and go for the championship. And to be fair, he's done that. But yeah, one win in feature race this season, and that was at Motorland Aragon, and he has a 100% win record so far this season in endurances. He won at Road America and he won at the Nürburgring. At the moment, it's not looking likely he'll convert the 100% endurance win record this season for this season, but there's still time in this race. Harry Langford, second in the championship. As it stands, he'll still be second in the championship. But he, this season, he's had a sprint race win at Motorland Aragon. He's had a fair few podiums as well. He was a podium at Mexico, Interlagos, Aragon and Hockenheim. So he started off the season, the first half of the season, with a 100% podium record in sprint races. Feature races, he won the Interlagos feature race and Silverstone and Mosport Canadian Tyre. So that's 4 race wins this season and currently on course for a 5th potentially tonight here at Spa. His endurances haven't really fallen in his favour, is Harry Langford. 3rd and 4th in the previous 2, as we're seeing there. Josh Downing is back in front of Stephen de Gravelia. Stephen de Gravelia might be in a little bit of trouble here. On replay from Jochen Siegert. So here we go, heading out of Bruxelles, heading to the Jackie X corner, or the no-name corner, of wherever it's called. Oh, not a good exit from Stephen. And he moves over. I'm not sure why Stephen did that, but it allows Downing through back into second place. Jochen Seeger makes his way past Stephen de Gravelli, so I wonder if Stephen de Gravelli has got something wrong. He's been very quick to concede these positions. But it now allows Jochen Seeger through. And our top 3 in bronze category is the top 3 that we have in the championship. Quite apt. Jochen Seeger might be able to give second place a good go here. A very strong result if he can contend or even get second place tonight, can Jochen Seeger. But yeah, back to where we were talking about just a moment ago. Let's see if anything materialises here. No, not quite. Benji McCluskey has had the number 1 on his door for many a seasons. Got it back last season with a real dominant start to that season, and William Guthrie kind of stole the headlines in the final part of the season, but McCluskey still secured the championship last season by doing what he does, just scoring big points every single round, and he has done this season, but there's been other drivers doing exactly that as well. But this season, 1 sprint race win, that was Mexico City. That was the first race of the season, and you kind of thought, when the season started with him getting the opening win, you thought, well, McCluskey is back to prove that he deserves the number 1 on his door. Feature races, no wins this season. He's had a fair few podiums, though. He's had a podium at Motorland Aragon, Hockenheim, Monza, Motorsport, and Endurances. He's had 2 podiums as well, so he's been on the podium many times this season, and the wins have eluded him a little bit. In fact, if you actually got that, his last win was the first race of the season. But we look to this. This is Ben Altria versus Archie Bennett. Archie Bennett on the inside, so he'll be able to get the move done. That's excellently done from Archie Bennett, and through into 4th place goes the Ferrari driver for Gassed Up Motorsports. But we've got to see if he can keep it now. So in our silver category, our championship leader, who is catching up with Quinton Klumpert here, so he might be able to get himself up to 5th place if he can keep the hammer down and go for it. But Alan McCain, what a season he has had. He's had 3 sprint race wins. That's been where he has really excelled, is in qualifying, converting qualifying and getting the sprint race wins. Hockenheim was his first sprint race win. He did have a second at Mexico City as well, but Monza and Motorsport he got the sprint race wins as well. Feature races he got Interlagos round 2, and that was one of the closest finishes we've ever seen at Next Gen in these GT3s. Him against Paul Williams. Alan McCain was in 2nd place going through the final corner. He was able to get it done on the straights and get past Paul Williams. I think it was something like 23 thousandths of a second or something like that. It was incredibly close. But yeah, that was his first feature race win. His first win of the season, in fact, was there. And he also got a feature race win at Monza. No endurance wins this season. It's actually been quite a lot of wins spread across the field in silver category this season. Alan McCain is under a little bit of threat right now from Stefan Vessels, but this is for overall position rather than category. It's not going to affect any points for Alan McCain. He might just see Stefan Vessels through. Looks like he's doing just that, actually. But Alan McCain did say to me before starting this race, he has been struggling with the Porsche foregrip on this circuit and engine power as well. We're seeing more battling between Ben Altria and Archie Bennett. Ben Altria has now got the better line of the two, and he's back through into 4th place. Whoa, goes back to defend, and this could be a battle that goes on for a very long time between these two drivers. We have also got, it's Matt Gatta making his way past Chamoy Samuel, who is now in the pits. The VCR driver, rapidly improving driver, and I'd say one of his highlights of the season was Hockenheim, where he was contending at the front of the field at Hockenheim for some time in that round. Now Jochen Seeger has made his way past Josh Downing, but Josh Downing is going to fight it back, presumably. Got the inside. And in fact, he's through already. It must have been a very good exit from Radion. And Stephen de Gravelia is also trying to make his way to the inside, but no, didn't quite have enough steam down the straight. This is how Jochen Seeger got it done on Josh Downing. This is heading for Puron and then going to be heading into Lefania. A bit wide there for Josh Downing. And again, so that allows Seeger through. Outside here and going into Lefania though. Slightly offline as well. Did well to convert that. And he's through. But they did swap back positions. This is Downing back in second place, as we saw on the back straight just a moment ago. Ben Altra is in the pits now. Wonder if something's happened just a moment ago. Got a feeling nothing has. Yeah, straight into the pits goes Ben Altra. That's very strange. That's an unscheduled stop. That's a bit of a shame. It was looking like we were going to see some very close battling between him and Archie Bennett tonight. But this battle for seconds is still on. Now I'm going to guess that Stephen de Gravelia is not too far away from needing to come into the pits. Oh, as he got close again to Jochen Seeger, who was slow heading out of Blanchimont. Either that or Stephen de Gravelia was quick out of Blanchimont. And there we go. My prediction was right. Stephen de Gravelia is in the pits. This will be his second stop, and he will have to pit again. He will not, definitely will not be able to get it to the end of this race on one more tank, whereas others will only need one more stop. So it's unfortunate for Stephen de Gravelia. Due to damage he accrued on lap 1 of this race that led to him needing a pit stop. So let's go back to talking about our main championship protagonists this season and their successes. Jeffrey Kruger this season, I believe he has missed a few rounds this season actually. But Interlagos was his first win of the season. That was the sprint race. I believe it was his first win of the season. But he's also picked up a few second places in sprint races, being Aragon, Monza, Mosport. Feature race, he got a win at Hockenheim. A few podiums as well at Aragon and Mexico. And a second place at the Nürburgring. He didn't race at the Road America endurance rounds. So it's been a nice consistent season from Jeffrey Kruger. Not as many wins as I probably expected him to get. I definitely would have predicted him or Alan McCain at the start of the season to be contending for the championship. But Jeffrey Kruger is a former bronze category champion. I believe it was season 5 he was the bronze category champion, and he promoted up to silver category after that, and then I think he promoted again up to gold category at some point, and now he's back into silver category, which I think is a fair ground for him to battle on. Depends what they decide to do with him. Meanwhile, we've got Alan McCain battling with Quinton Clumpert here. He got the move done already. We'll go back to see what happened with that and see if Quinton battles back going into La Source. No, not quite. And this is how he got it done. Did Alan McCain up to 5th place, which is another 5 points in the championship, which all the more helps him and does not help Jeffrey Kruger. Nicely done from Alan McCain. Classic late braking move. Does have to guard it though still down this main straight. It is Porsche versus Porsche in McCain versus Quinton. Has Quinton got the inside here going into Lecombe? No, he hasn't. McCain will hang on to it. to talk about Gabriel Papaconstantino in bronze category this season, though. He has been the one that's dominated the headlines in bronze category this season. So many wins. 4 sprint race wins. 3 feature race wins. Some more wins than I thought he had. But no endurance race wins. So at the moment, he's on his way to one this evening. If he can get it done. We're not even halfway through yet. But yeah, a sprint race win at Interlagos, Hockenheim, Monza, Mosport. And feature race wins came at Interlagos. He got the double there, of course. Silverstone as well. And Mosport, he got the double win at Mosport. And his only endurance this season was Nürburgring, and that was 10th place. It really didn't go his way that day. In what was actually a very chaotic race. Josh Downing has 1 win to his name this season. And that was, I believe, Mexico City. It was the first race of the season. That was not his only win. He did get a feature race win, excuse me, at the Hockenheim. It's 2 race wins this season for him. But like I said, he has been probably one of the most consistent point scorers in the championship this season. Probably with the exception of Papaconstantino, who's able to just bang in the wins. But Josh Downing is a regular top 5 finisher in bronze category, and that's what's kept him going in the championship all this way. Seeger is 3rd in the championship heading into tonight, as Wesley Lewin has just popped in a nice cheeky fast lap of the race in bronze category. Substantially quicker, by about 1/4 of a second quicker than everyone else in bronze category. So the thing is with Wesley Lewin here, he's going to be, if he can do that, he can get a bonus point, which I think count towards the team's championship. They are doing everything they can. Can CSA. Their drivers at the moment are 5th. 2nd in Jeffrey Kruger. 9th in gold category in Stefan Vessels. And Jason Raff is 7th. Now, is it going to be enough? I think it will, because their rival team are Type 2 Racing Wolf. They've got a driver in 6th place in gold category right now, but the other driver is leading this race. Quite commanding lead as well. He just continues to extend that lead. Is nearly up to 5 seconds now to Benji McCluskey. Harry Langford still leads this race. Big points for the team tonight, and of course with it being an endurance round as well, that'll help. But sadly we haven't seen Jack Pittas take to the grid tonight, which is a big shame. Our actual Mr. Consistent. Would have been good to see him here racing tonight. But it's a good point to mention that Season 10 might be just around the corner. I don't know much more than that. I think I even know that. But yeah, there is a link in the description of this video if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. It's either way. That'll give you access to NXTGEN Racing's Discord server. From there you'll meet the drivers, meet the admins, and you'll be able to keep an eye on all the news that is NXTGEN Racing and the leagues that they will announce, including this one on Thursday nights, which I'm sure will have a Season 10 very soon. There are other leagues as well. NXTGEN Racing hosts the world famous NXTCC, where real life touring car drivers take part. The more notable touring car driver being Mikey Doble, who takes part in that championship on the regular. And just ended on NXTGEN Racing, I think it's just ended anyway, it's the GR86 Championship, and there are going to be other ad hoc leagues, I would call them, hosted by NXTGEN in the not too distant future. There's one that I've heard about that I'm very excited about. Make of that what you will. This GT3 Championship continues to deliver nice, good grids, very competitive racing. good vibes as well. Good atmosphere in Discord sometimes. Some very funny banter. So that's another reason to be a part of the Discord server. The thumbnail of this video as well contains I think it contains a QR code. That gets you into the Discord server. That's where everything happens at Next Gen Racing. There's no Facebook group, nothing like that. All done on Discord. Okay. We need a Next Gen Ringmeister Championship. Good shout. I mean, talking about the Nürburgring we had here, round 6. Oh my word, that was amazing. But yeah, Jack Pittas not racing as he's in London. Well, have fun, Jack. We'll see you next season, hopefully. So the only battle on the track, really, you can see I'm trying to grab everything I can to just create a little bit more interest in this race. And we're not going to be, I think we're going to be about, I can't remember when the pit stops roll around in these experiences, because we have actually been impacted by full course yellows and safety cars in all endurance rounds this season. We had them in Road America. We had so many at the Nürburgring for round 6. That probably was my favourite round ever in this championship was Nürburgring. It was incredible. So if you get a chance to re-watch it, definitely do. Go onto our YouTube, because Facebook would have deleted that live stream by now. But on YouTube, it'll still be available round 6 at Nürburgring VLN. That was an exceptional round. Plenty of drama in that round. It did make Discord a very pretty place after that, but drivers, eh? That's what we're like. But chat, if you are in the chat, let us know actually, what tracks would you like to see next season? Of course, the tracks that we have had this season have been Mexico City, which was fairly new at the time. Interlagos, Road America, Motorland Aragon, Hockenheimring, Nürburgring, Silverstone, Monza, Motorsport and Spa. But personally, I'd like to see some more bespoke tracks, I'm just going to say, in the future season. I would actually love to see these guys bat it around St. Petersburg, which is very new to iRacing. Of course, I know it very well from IMSA and IndyCar. But yeah, I think St. Petersburg would be incredible to watch in this league. Now, street circuit racing is a little bit tough on iRacing, I would say. Just with the way iRacing is, it's certainly a little bit more, I'm going to call it tolerable, and probably a little bit more compliant in real life. On iRacing, it's quite difficult. But I would love to see it. St. Pete is just an iconic opener, really, for me, being IndyCar. Others I'd like to see? Miami? No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't want to see that. Nord. Sound like the seagulls from a certain film. Le Mans, yeah, that's a great shout. I mean, Le Mans ended the season 2 seasons ago. Le Mans is one of my favourite tracks. I'm quite gutted. I haven't done the Le Mans 24 hours for I think 3 years now. And of course, it's not done on iRacing anymore because of certain other platforms. But the majors, is that what? Yeah, the majors still host the 24 hours of Le Mans. And yeah, That's a track I would love to see every single season, in fact. What about an entire season of endurances? How about that? Yeah, all endurance rounds for the season. We would have stuff like Daytona. And all 2-hour endurances. Le Mans. How about other places? Road America. Rounds that typically host endurance rounds. That'd be the Roundy Round circuit. 2 hours of that. Yeah, great idea. Okay. Well, we are going to bring someone into the commentary booth. While we've got a little bit of a slow period in this race, we are going to bring in our live race steward, and hopefully we're not distracting him from all the shenanigans that's happening in this race right now. But Jamie Dory joins us in the comms booth. Jamie, welcome for the first time this season. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Loving life here with nothing going on this race, which I'm sure you're feeling as well. But yeah, Jamie, let's have a chat about Next Gen and what's on the horizon for Next Gen. What can you tell us and what can you not tell us?
Well, you know me, I'm an open book, so I can say a lot that we're planning. First and foremost, the reason I did message you away from things is I just personally wanted to say, obviously, thank you for the time and effort you put into broadcast. And obviously, I know it's your last broadcast with less than an hour to go. So it's just a personal thank you and a next gen thank you for covering the GT3s. You've done a stellar job, consistent as always, and professional. So, from a next gen point of view, it's a massive thank you. And your voice in this league has been here for a number of seasons now, and you will be missed. So, I'm sure everyone in the chat and people who watch this will also be thankful of what you've done. And yeah, it's just we're in a bit of a quiet period during the race. Just a thank you from all of us at Next Gen and everyone who races and everything for your continued effort with the GT3 League. So yeah, thank you, Alex.
I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. Don't make me cry now. But
no, so going forward, obviously we've you're not going too far. I think you went into retirement for a couple of days, maybe a week or two, until we announced we've been watching cars and we've dabbled in other leagues, and myself and Gav raced in a league with Nigel Stock. And we enjoyed racing it. However, it wasn't ran to how we like to run things per se. That's nothing wrong with the other organisation. It's just we like to try and make the edges quite sharp. So yeah, going into the near future, shall we say, is we're going to be doing an IndyCar league. Which will have the Dallara IR18s around some oval circuits, but predominantly street road courses. Reason being, I think, watching IndyCars in real life these days, they're just a great spectacle to watch. Seeing some of the names there racing, you've got the F1 stars, plus also you got like Pelot and. It's just Pato Award and things like this. I think IndyCar's a upcoming. It's always been a big sport, but I think just watching those cars and the amount of driver corrections per lap, it's just something to bewilder. I think they've got the hybrid system right as well. So yeah, that's something we'll be doing, and we'll be posting out hopefully this weekend. / early next week. The organizer Gavan is basically going to cover all the costs, so it'd be a very, very cheap league to enter. probably the cheapest league in Next Gen. It's not quite free, but it's we're looking around the £5 mark. So yeah, for people to turn up and race, and the organisation going behind that. Obviously, Alex, you're an integral part of that. Being yourself and Crest have done leagues in the past, IndyCar leagues. We listen to you, as you know, and love your experience. So yeah, it's something we're looking forward to.
Me too, absolutely. I think I can safely say that I'll be commentating and broadcasting it as well. So I had to take that opportunity. I just had to. People know I bang on about IndyCar quite a bit. Actually, I'm a massive fan of it. Always have been, really. So the chance to commentate it and broadcast it, yeah, I can only say thanks for that. So I'm extremely excited about that. So everyone, if you are interested in that, please get on our Discord server. It's linked in the description of this video. If you get involved in our Discord, you can keep an eye on that league. It will be broadcasted live, as I just mentioned. So yeah, I'm extremely excited about that. Yeah, Jamie, let's talk about more. The NXTCC has just drawn to a close, I believe. Yep. What's next for the NXTCC?
Yeah, so obviously this season we had a big update mid-season, and the cars were manageable, but it wasn't quite to the you know, the nice edges, shall we say, that we like to run leagues ideally. So we've patched up and made do. However, we are basically going to run the IndyCar and the touring cars on alternate weeks. So every 2 weeks, with a break in the middle, will be the IndyCars, and vice versa with the touring cars. Reason being is, you know, these leagues, people might not want to race in both or whatever. It gives you a chance to practice and put some time in. It's not so full on that every single week, you know, you've written off Tuesdays or Thursdays or whatever day it may be. So something we've looked at is just spacing it out a little bit. So it'd be, you know, 1 week could be touring cars, 1 week could be Indy cars, and so on and so forth. But yeah, we're going forward with the touring cars quite well. We've got our next season all drawn up. Again, will be released early next week alongside the IndyCars. And yeah, it's just moving forward and pushing iRacing to the limit of what it allows us to do with success ballast, 3 races and reverse grids and things. So, you know, you don't need to change the recipe too much if it works, but there's always room for a little bit of spice and things. So yeah, that's the plan with that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great to hear. Alternating between the 2 leagues is fantastic. As you said, it's diverse. It allows drivers, if they're racing in one, they can have a week off, or alternatively, if there's hardcore drivers, they can just keep racing week in, week out. So that's great. I'm all for that being brought into Next Gen. It's really good to see, mate. Yeah, fantastic. What about this league, though, the GT3s? There's going to be a lot of viewers here who are eager followers of this championship, and grateful for everyone that has been watching for the whole season. But what's on the horizon for Thursday night at Next Gen Racing?
So, obviously, this is predominantly Gaz's segment, shall we say. We've got 2 or 3 things that are, let's say, in the pipeline. Obviously, GT3s will continue. It will stay as GT3s. Obviously, updated tracks, doing a bit more, maybe a few endurances. Again, it's a series that works. You know, we need to sit back after this season, as we always do, and look at, obviously, we had quite a big number drop out this season. Which no league wants, but it happened. So we need to look at why that is and listen to the drivers at the end of the day. You know, we may do all the admin work, but the reason we're all here is people want to give up their evenings. And whatever the drivers say, we do take on board. So I can say that almost, you know, 100% there will be a GT3 league. speaking with Gaz, he has also said that he is very, very interested on doing a proto league. I don't think a multi-class is there, but he's liking the idea of again running prototypes. Whether he does similar to the Indian touring cars, I don't know 100% as of yet. But yeah, I think GT3s have got a good selection. We've got enough protos now that we can have a LMDH, P2, and P3, so to speak. And I think, you know, with that segment, I would say that something like that's going to happen. So, yeah, Thursdays are another thing that's going to be shaken up. So that's 4 leagues. And lastly, the last thing I will say that we know is going to be coming is a new league that hasn't even really been mentioned. It's called Road to Success, and that'll be ran on a weekend. Again, it will be low cost, but we're going to do a multi-class of GR86s, MX5s, and a Clio Cup. So basically, a kind of saloon championship, so to speak, and around some iconic tracks. That's a little bit more for the relaxed sim racer, so to speak, and not as official as some of our big leagues like the GT3s, the NXTCC, and the IndyCar. So we've got a lot on the horizon, and we're going to, you know, push more and more. And like you say, just join our Discord and keep an eye out. We'll post everything in there.
Oh, sounds amazing, mate. Especially that last one. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. Be sure... Well, Little Birdie tells me Caterham's on the way to iRacing as well. Is that something that it might dabble in as well?
Do you know, iRacing, it's one of those. I mean, obviously, yes. Same as these little stock cars that have come out, these Euro NAS cars. It's something we do look at. What we try and do is not jump on the bandwagon right away. There's so many sim groups out there that we could all turn up and all run Euro NASCAR leagues, and there's 30 British leagues that are running Euro NASCARs. However, it can get swamped very quickly. That it is quite good at times just to take a step back, let everyone do what they need to do, and we watch it from there as Andrew Pike span out the pit lane. So we don't jump on the bandwagon straight away. We look at what happens and what goes on, and we'll inevitably have a look at Caterham's. We'll have a look at other things. I'm still waiting for Croft to come out on the old sim for the British Touring Car calendar, but hey, iRacing are their own entity.
We've been waiting years for Croft, haven't we, mate?
Yeah.
That all sounds amazing, mate. Can't wait to hear it. So everybody, you heard the man. Get on the Discord and keep an eye on everything that is Next Gen Racing over the coming weeks. Plenty of announcements coming. So Jamie, thank you very much for the kind words to myself. Thank you very much for all the news. I'm going to leave it there because we've had a lot of drama while we've been chatting there, so we'll cover that now. But yeah, thank you very much, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, once again, Alex, thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the IndyCars. Thank you for all your time. You've done a great job.
Absolutely, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye.
There we go. Right, okay. Big thank you to Jamie Dory there. Now, we've had something happen in this race, and it completely blindsided me, but we're going to go back 5 minutes ago. This is the race leader of the time, Harry Langford. And he just pulls to the side. I cannot explain what he's done here. I just wonder if something's happened at home. So, hang on a minute. But yeah, that's lost him the lead of the race. I do not know what's happened to him there. If there's anyone in the Type 2 team that can explain what's happened to Harry Langford there, it's lost him to third place it'll end up being, because Jason Raff is yet to have his second stop. But yeah, that's what's happened. And it means that Benji McCluskey assumes the lead of the race here, and William Guthrie promotes up to second place. Meanwhile, Papa Constantino's in the pits. He did extend his pit stint there. Well, his second stint there, and it meant that he got an extra lap on top of his rivals, Wesley Lewin, who, by the way, Wesley Lewin has been cooking out there. He's having one of his best races of the season. He's contending for second place. So he's having a real good race here, but Papa Constantino is on his way back out of the pits. He will be relieved at this point. It will be somewhat relieved that that pit stop is out of the way. He can get himself back out on the track, and he can focus on finishing this race now. He will have no surprises in the form of pit stops coming for the remainder of this race. He gets out, and he's long ahead of Wesley Lewin, as long as the tyres warm up in time for Papa Constantino. But I feel like it's going okay for him. Stephen de Greveglia is back into this position where he's towards the front, but he has got a pit stop in hand. I just wonder if Wesley Lewin has as well, actually. No, he doesn't. He's on strategy, actually. So Wesley Lewin having a real good race here. I believe he still holds the fastest lap as well in the bronze category. But another driver who'll be glad all those pit stops are out of the way now is William Guthrie. He's up one place as well. It means second place in this race. Could mean the championship if he can keep this going. Now, we have seen drama unfold in the final races of the season, the final laps of the season, and all of these drivers will have one eye on the internet and one eye on their sims at this point. That is all that really is in the way for them now, or any contact or anything like that. That's what these drivers will be wary of at this point. They'll be laser focused even still. They will not be relaxing. Alan McCain is back out on the track as well. It hasn't been a great race for him either. He struggled at the feature race last time at Motorsport. He struggled tonight, but this should be enough to secure said championship. But Jeffrey Kruger, he's had a real good last couple of laps. He has extended his gap to Matthew Addy to 15 seconds. So this has been a truly dominating race from him. Done what he needs to be fair tonight, is have a cracking race out there. This is Stephen de Greveglia versus Wesley Lewin, both in Mustangs, and they're going at it. But Wesley Lewin is the one who's going for second place. Stephen de Greveglia, he will need another pit stop at some point in this race. And if I was Steve, I would keep going. I would just keep going. Save as much fuel as you can. That way you can get less time in the box. And he's going for a move on Wesley Lewin there. That was a real good move. Late braking move to the inside, and through he goes. It's a brand new car tonight, which looks to be missing a... No, it's not missing front end. It's just weird lighting. But, yeah, in a car that he was thrown into at the last minute here, he's actually having a decent night at it. Albeit he had to pit early. It has put him off strategy. His pace has been strong tonight. This battling will allow Papa Constantino safe ahead here. Still leads this race. Benji McCluskey adopts the lead of this race. And faster on that last lap by some margin from William Guthrie. And he is a little bit of time ahead of Harry Langford. Keen to find out what's happened. Yeah, it's alluded to by Andy Rooney in the YouTube chat. If it was real life, he would have just gone into the pits, but yeah, something very weird happened to Harry there. He just pulled over. Well, that's what it looked like. It just looked like he pulled over. I'm none the wiser to explain what happened there. Very strange incident. But yeah, just to conclude that chat with Jamie, first of all, really appreciate the kind words about myself, about hosting this league. It has been a brilliant, brilliant gig. This has commentating this championship. I have enjoyed every second of it, and I'm not leaving it out of lack of love or anything like that. There are other projects going on, like the Next Gen IndyCar series that is coming along, that I can now talk about, which is great. But yeah, there are other projects in my life that I've had to prioritise, especially on Thursday nights. But whoever takes over this league, shall we say, it will be in a good pair of hands. So I'm really looking forward to watching from the sidelines this championship continue to grow. Our closest battle on the track, Wesley Lewin versus Stephen de Grevelier. Wesley Lewin's going to try the same move that Stephen did on him a lap ago, but Stephen was later on the brakes. And it is very interesting that that Mustang has now, again, become the best car in the field, hasn't it? It just comes and goes, that Mustang does. Not too far behind these as well is Matt Gatter. And still Josh Downing is in with the chance of this top 3 here. Now something's happened to Jochen Siegert, who's dropped a little bit of time here. He's dropped a few places, but Matt Gatter, do not write him off for a top 3 here. Matt Gatter, another driver who over the last few seasons really has improved. You know what, if he can nab himself a podium tonight, that'd be incredible. Look at this between Stephen de Grevelier, both alternating lines, and Wesley Lewin going for the up and under. Out of the Jackie X corner, he's got the inside going into Pooh on there, and Stevie de Grevelier really challenging him on the inside there, but through goes Wesley Lewin. Brilliant exit from the previous corner to set up that move, and this invites in Matt Gatter now. Look at that, this could be a 3-way battle for second place for the time being, until Stephen de Grevelier potentially needs to pit. We also have a battle for 5th place on the cards as well. Adam Wilson-Weir versus Andrew Pike. And there, right here, Andrew Pike, former winner in the feature race at Monza. Adam Wilson-Weir still looking for his first win in gold category. He was promoted and fast-tracked up from bronze category, dominating the championship, in fact, a few seasons ago, which was season 7, I think. Fast-tracked up to gold category, and since then he's just grown and grown and got better and better. He's still waiting for his first win in the series. But I'm sure it will come one day. Meanwhile, back to this battle for second place in bronze category. Now, Stephen de Grevelier looking for the moves to get by. Now, he did a 20-lap stint previously. Now I calculate that, yeah, we will be... Well, no, the second stint's a bit longer, so it's a bit hard to tell when he'll need to pit, but he definitely will need another stop before the end of the race. And it's one of those where, well, can you save fuel to make it to the end? If definitely not, then you just go for it. You never know. If a full course yellow is called, he can go into the pits, serve it, and he won't lose that much time. That he could get luck like that. Oh, as Matt Gatter's going for the move. Well, half went for the move. He was just looking to the inside there, and Matt Gatter can see second place up ahead. He has an opportunity for one of his best results, not only this season, but ever in bronze category in this championship. He's looking strong here, is Matt Gatter. He's looking very quick. Wesley Lewin and Matt Gatter have just appeared as big contenders for the top 2 here in this category. Oh, going wide there with Stephen de Gravalia. Can Matt Gatter convert this? Meanwhile, I think we just half missed a move from Sean Shute on Matt Addy. That is for second place in silvers. So Sean Shute and Wesley Lewin, who themselves have not had great seasons, are putting in a big shift tonight for their teams. So now, CSA, Team Pass-Up, are first, second, and second in this race, which is going to be big, big points for the team. And it might well be what secures the championship for CSA Team Pass-Up tonight. Now, Harry Langford is gaining rapidly on William Guthrie here. William already pulling over to defend. Get Langford out of his slipstream. But look how rapidly Langford is gaining on Guthrie. I wouldn't be surprised if he passed him. Yeah, that might have been a slowdown actually from William Guthrie. Yeah, I think it was. And we have to go to... Oh, we just about missed it there. But Matt Gatter makes a move on Stephen de Gravalia. Stephen de Gravalia moves over. That might have been a slowdown penalty for Stephen de Gravalia. But that puts Matt Gatter into the top 3. Now he's got a bit of ground to make back up on Wesley Lewin. But second place could be on between those 2 drivers. Adam Wilson-Weir is alongside Andrew Pike. Just about stayed alongside for the second corner of Lake Combe there. But wasn't able to complete the move heading out of the corner. The 2 smallest cars on the grid, the Aston Martin and the Lamborghini, up against each other for 5th place in gold right now. But look at all the Mustangs that are just lingering in the top 3 in all categories. 2 in gold, top 2. 2 in silver, top 2. And 1 in bronze, top 2. It really is the resurrection, shall we say, of the Mustang in GT3s. Thing is, it is quite a big car. And it feels massive as well. It is considerably bigger in its body shape, its shell, than the other cars. But it's quick. This is Matt Addy getting close again to Sean Shute. And it's the Mercedes up against the Mustang, which I just feel the Mercedes is struggling. And it's just these drivers in the Mercedes cars wringing the neck out of that car to try and get more out of it. And it's just when we thought that the Mustang was no longer the leading car of this category and it was becoming all about the Mercedes, that has completely turned around now. Not to take anything away from the Mustang drivers here. They've had to drive that car all season when it has been not quite as good. It has struggled this season, the Mustang has. This is Adam Wilson-Weir again against Andrew Pike. Similar to previous. But Adam Wilson-Weir can't quite get it done. It's not quite working, that move there. But it's the only move he's able to try. But then again, he's going to go for it going into Bouchel's. No, he's decided he can't go for the move. Andrew Pike stays in front for the time being. Nice little battle this. For 5th position. We also have Matt Gatter and Stephen de Gravalia. Going to go back at it by the looks of it. Stephen de Gravalia is closing back in. He'll need to pit in a couple of laps, I predict, will Stephen de Gravalia. Chamoy Samuel is in the pits. He might be on an alternative strategy. And he'll come in for his last stop at the race. Slightly missed his pit box there. Three battles just to keep our eyes on here. One in each category. It's the battle for 5th in gold. We've also got to keep an eye on the battle for 2nd in silver and the battle for 3rd in bronze. But with less than half an hour left in this race, drivers, no more pit stops, no more scheduled pit stops. As moving over there. That was Elwyn Sykes getting out of the way. Going to a lap down. Let's see what Adam Wilson-Weir can do. Being able to get alongside down the Kemmel Straight. He's probably going to be forced to go left again here. There we go. He has to go to the left. He has no choice. But is he going to be later on the brakes? You know what? He's a lot better this time around. Oh, there's contact between the two, but somehow and brilliantly Adam Wilson-Weir keeps it going. And I think he's through, you know. He is. Wow, that was extremely close between the two of them. But brilliant from Adam Wilson-Weir to keep hold of the car. And now he's in 5th place. But now he has to keep it. Andrew Pike is going to come back at him. Catching is one thing, passing is another, defending is the other, said a wise man once. But Adam Wilson-Weir 23 seconds behind Archie Bennett up ahead. It's going to be very much eyes to the track ahead of him, and then one eye also on his mirrors behind, just keeping an eye on Andrew Pike, who takes a little bit of gravel there. See if Andrew Pike can do anything here. He's looking quite quick out of Blanchimont there, but he has to take to the left side. Going into the bus stop. No move yet. Now, we have to turn our attention also to bronze category, because Wesley Lewin has been reeling in Gabriel Papaconstantino in the last few laps. Now, Gabriel Papaconstantino doesn't have to worry about winning this race, because the championship is very much in his hands with the way things are right now. Well and truly in his hands right now. But races be races, and he won't want to let the win of this race slip. But Wesley Lewin has got a big opportunity here to put in a surprise win, and his first win of the season as well to go with that. We've also got Matt Gatter in the background here as well. He might have a sniff at victory as well. It's a bronze category. Let's not take our eyes off it. And if we do, it'll be for other notable overtakes. Look at this, Wesley Lewin all over the back of that Lamborghini. That Mustang clearly more powerful on the straights. But the small and nimble Lamborghini could be pretty good through these corners. And I do hope we still see the Lamborghini in this league ongoing. It is a fairly old car now, which is crazy to say, because when it first came along, it was a hit. With its noise and its shape. But I sincerely hope it is one that will stick around in GT3s. And by that I mean represented by the GT3 crowd. So we have seen Stephen de Crivellia take to the pits. That'll be his last stop of the race, and it has put him down so far to 7th place. Now he makes his way out. And he's quite a way ahead of Davide Favre, so it's looking like 7th place at the moment, but he's going to drop a long way behind the top 6 here. It'll be a bit of a shame for Stephen, as his pace has been rather good tonight. He's been contending for those top 3 spots when he's been in those battles. But no denying he's put in a good shift tonight. Oh, Wesley Lewin powering it a little bit too much on exit there. As he understeered a little bit on that exit. A little bit of dirty air from the car in front as well, not helping it. But can Wesley Lewin do this? Can he pick up a win for himself? His first win of the season. I don't actually know the last time we saw Wesley Lewin win in this series. But it will mark off a very successful season for CSA if they can secure 2 CSA category winners tonight in Wesley Lewin and Jeffrey Kruger in silver category, who we haven't really highlighted it much, but what a dominating race Kruger has had in silver category. Took the lead very early on in the race and has pulled out a massive lead. He's done what he could to try and get the championship more within his grasp, but it's not going to be quite enough. And here goes Wesley Lewin. This is a move for the lead. And Papaconstantino is not contending it much. He knows he doesn't need to. But that's Wesley Lewin into the lead of this race. With 20 minutes to go. And less than 10 laps to go in this race as well. But there is your new race leader in bronze category. And he's not messing around in opening a gap already. Papaconstantino knows he doesn't need to win this race, and I think that was the mature thing to do there, not to get in his own head about winning the race. He knows it's about winning the championship tonight. Last thing he wanted was a collision with any other driver costing his championship. Matthew Addy not quite able to close in on Sean Shute, who he also is having a fairly decent race tonight. 2nd place right now. The CSA team pass up Mustangs doing very well in this race tonight. They've got a 1, 2 and a 1 at the moment. It should secure the team's championship for them. And Matt Gatter is gaining on Papaconstantino. Oh, and Stein Vatens is in the pits. Might be for a splash and dash. He might have decided earlier, you know what, I can't make it on a tank of fuel here, so I will have to pit, and I might as well do it now. Meanwhile, Stefan Vessels, there we go, we just saw at the back end of it, passing Matt Cheverton. That's for 7th place in gold category. So Stein Vatens falling down the order, having to pit again. That means Alan McCain is up to 4th place, and that just maintains a hold. And more of a confirmed hold on the silver category championship. And it's going to be a little bit of a strange scenario here where the championship winners are not winning the races tonight. That's the way it's going at the moment. It's going to be a very strange scenario. But they're seeing the bigger picture. It has been a long season, slightly longer season than it was anticipated to be. It was scheduled to end last week, of course. This round was meant to take place last week, but it couldn't due to issues we had with round 9. But it does make the last 13 weeks we have been racing in this championship just feel like a long time. These drivers will get to the end of it and there'll just be a big sigh of relief when they've done it. It is quite a shame that this championship showdown hasn't seen any intense close battles that have seen a championship go back and forth between two drivers. We have seen that in previous seasons. We saw it only a couple of seasons ago. I think it was season 6 actually, where we had 6 drivers in bronze category going for the championship on the final day. And it went down to the very last corner in that bronze category of who won it. And it did go in the way of Ellen Sykes, I remember that season, bronze category. So it is quite a shame we haven't had anything like that tonight, but these drivers will be happy about that. They would just want to get the job done. Matt Gatt still gaining on. Papaconstantino ahead. Matt Gatta, what an improved result this would be for him. Don't think Matt Gatta has had higher than 3rd place in a race in this championship, and if he can secure 2nd here, I believe it will be his best ever result in the next-gen GT3s. Oh, as he pushed a little bit hard through the middle of last source there, just got a little bit trigger happy with the throttle. And push it off the track there. He'll have to gain back that time on Papaconstantino. Perhaps getting a bit excited with 2nd place on the cards here. That little Ferrari there, it's not a very popular car anymore, which is really unfortunate. It's a Ferrari. But yeah, that's another car I would like to see a little bit more popular in the GT3 crowd. Generally, it's the ideal situation is all cars are heavily represented in the GT3s. But that's the reality of it. There will always be bigger stock of a certain car, let's just metaphorically say, where one will be better than the other. That'll just always happen with iRacing. And I did mention a few rounds ago that the Mercedes is hardly surprising that it has emerged as one of the better GT3 cars, until tonight that is, because Max Verstappen probably would have raised its stock, being that he raced it at the Nürburgring 24 hours. However, iRacing clearly have gone the other way with these GT3s. But it's something that might get changed, patched over the next week on iRacing. That could be what happens with the GT3s. It's an ever-evolving category. It is the leading category on iRacing. It is the most popular one. Probably along with the Mazdas, the MX-5s that is, TCRs, prototypes. Right, let's have a little rundown of our order as we head into the final quarter of an hour of this race. Well, we're in the final quarter of an hour of this race. So we haven't mentioned the fact that he's in the lead that much, but in the lead of this race, it's going to be the number 1 on his door for the last time, at least until maybe season 11. Maybe. But Benji McCluskey leads this race. And although he might be saying goodbye to that number 1 on his door, he is saying hello to a number 1 in this race, which he'll be pleased about closing the season on. He leads this race from Harry Langford, who's got himself back into 2nd place. Now, he did have that moment earlier on in the race where he just pulled over to the side, and it needs to be explained what actually happened there. But he's 2nd place in this race. He's had a very strong race. Dominated this race until that moment where he just had to pull over. I just wonder if something happened at home where he had to do that. But 2nd place. 3rd place, our champion-elect, is William Guthrie with the James May livery tonight. He's done all he needed to do tonight. Just get through the crowd, get towards the top 3. He did momentarily lead this race. He takes a little bit of the grass there. I just wonder if he was a bit sleepy then. But this is all he needs to do to secure the championship. Archie Bennett is next. He's 4th position on the road and 4th in gold category. A good, strong result for him tonight. He's had to battle his way there as well. Adam Wilson-Weir, not too long ago, we saw him battling with Andrew Pike. And Andrew Pike's still not that too far behind, actually. But 5th place for Adam Wilson-Weir for what's been, I would say, a really impressive season from him. He is not where he wants to be, I can just tell. He wants to be further up the grid. He wants to be closer to his teammate Langford. But there is big improvement coming from Adam Wilson-Weir season in, season out. And I'm fairly sure that a debut win is not too far for him. Andrew Pike, 6th position. He'll be happy with the fact that he's signing off this season and he's had a win under his belt. In 6th place in tonight's race to sign off. It will be a first win in Next Gen for him, signed off this season. Stefan Vessels, it's been 2 rotten seasons on the trot for him. He got his championship in Season 7, and then Season 8 last season, it even started with terrible luck at the Misano circuit. I seem to remember where he had bad luck right from the word go, and this season it's been much of the same. He's probably one of the most unlucky drivers in this field. He would call this a rotten season. It has been a rotten season for him, and we'll see if he bounces back next season. He's no doubt one of, if not arguably sometimes the best and quickest driver in this championship. So we'll see him back next season, hopefully. 8th on the road, but 1st in category, silver category, Jeffrey Kruger. It's another missed opportunity for silver category championship. He was going for silver category championship in Season 7, but in Season 9 it's not to be for him, even though he has kept it going all season long. And he might be falling just short of that title tonight. 8th in category, 9th on the road is Matthew Cheverton. He's currently having a little battle here with Jason Raff. They are 9th and 10th on the road, but 8th and 9th in category. So see if Jason Raff can make the move for another position in golds. Let's just keep an eye on this for now before we move on, because that Mustang, if its speed is anything to go by tonight, be able to make a move here. No, he got quite close to the rear of the Aston, but wasn't able to make the move. But 2nd place in silver category, Sean Shute, one of his strongest performances of the season. 2nd place for him tonight at the moment. Real strong result, and it might be what helps and secures CS18 Passat with their team's championship tonight. That'll be what he celebrates tonight, as well as his best result of the season. Matthew Addy, 3rd in the race, and he's going to be 3rd in the championship upon conclusion of this race. Strong season for him, a couple of race wins to go with it as well. Addy is on his way to bronze in the race and bronze in the championship. Champion-elect is Alan McCain. The last 2 races, this one being one of them, haven't been his favourites, I imagine. He has struggled. He did struggle in the feature race at Mosport, and he has struggled tonight. He said before the race to me that he struggled with the grip on that Porsche. But the championship is secured. He's got plenty of race wins this season to go on his CV, and his first ever Next Gen Racing Championship. For all the seasons he has raced, it's been a long time coming for him as well. Quinton Clumpert, he has had a strong season. He's missed a few rounds, but every time he's been here, he has been sneaking in that top 5 in most rounds he's contended this season. So one to look out for in the future, indefinitely, is Quinton Clumpert. Stein Vatens definitely has the pace now to contend in this silver category. He's a graduate from the bronze category, narrowly missing out on the championship last season. But silver category, I would say, is his home now. He can look to next season to try and contend for more wins and more frequent podiums. But it's been a bit of a breakthrough season in silver category for Stein Vatens. 6th in this race tonight. Bronze category leader right now is Wesley Lewin. I honestly can't remember the last time I saw Wesley Lewin win a race in bronze category, but this could be the first for a long time. He's got it in his hands right now with a 4-second gap to the championship leader, but this is looking like a big win for Wesley Lewin in the bronze category. So it'll go with his team winning the team's championship. Champion-elect in bronze category, but Gabriel Papaconstantino, who's done all he's needed to tonight. He just needs to get to the end of this race, and the championship is his. I mentioned it already tonight, but seeing him debut all them seasons ago, and the first couple of races he ever raced in this championship, he was rock bottom last, and he has just improved time and time again, season in, season out, to the point where last season he was getting more and more wins and becoming the best driver in the bronze category, the quickest driver in bronze category, and this season he has just proved that. This champion-elect for Papaconstantino has been kept honest throughout the season by his nearest rivals, but the amount of wins is accumulated this season as well. Rather similar to bronze category champions we've seen previously, like Jeffrey Kruger and Adam Wilson-Weir. We will see him in silver category potentially next season. And we'll see how he gets on in that next category. We're going to resume what we were doing just then, but this is a very close battle for 5th place. Again, it's Adam Wilson-Weir against Andrew Pike. Wilson-Weir's got the better line here, but Andrew Pike, I know he was trying the up and under there, but Wilson-Weir was able to park it on the apex there, so well defended from Wilson-Weir. Matt Gatter, this is looking like a decent result for him, as he lets by, I think that's Langford passing him by there. But this has been a decent result for Matt Gatter, another podium to add to his CV in bronze category, and one who is up and coming, I would say, in bronze category. Josh Downing, he has had a quiet season, I would say. He hasn't lit up the headlines with race wins. He's had 2 this season. One at Hockenheim and one at Mexico City. But 2nd place in the championship, probably going to be in bronze category again next season. And next season he can go for that championship. He certainly has the consistency to do that. Jochen Seeger, this has been one of his best seasons, I must be honest. 3rd, potentially, in the championship in bronze category. And the Akuri Col Droisseur team have had a very successful campaign as well, with race wins in their team and also going for 3rd in the championship, which technically is still on for them. Stephen de Gravelia, he's shown real good pace tonight, and actually the last couple of rounds he's had a rapid improvement to his pace. 6th position for him in this race tonight, but potentially could have been better if luck went better for him. We have got Mike Reedner in 7th place, Davide Favo in 8th place, Chamoy Samuel in 9th place in category, 7th in silvers, 25th on the road is Elwyn Sykes. I think we've got DNFs for Gaz Williams and Ben Altra, unfortunately. Just a few laps to go in this race. Hasn't been the most exciting race in the world. It really hasn't. It's probably actually been the calmest and less dramatic race of the season. Touch wood. But it signs off the end of a season that's, with the implementation of full course yellows and safety cars, that has been the biggest difference to this season in what's been strategy and a huge element of luck involved for a lot of drivers as well. Raging on, this battle for 5th place between Adam Wilson-Weir and Andrew Pike. Bit of door-to-door contact there on the straight, but they're just neck and neck through these corners. I think that's Andrew Pike back through and into 5th place. They have been swapping and changing all the way through the last couple of laps. An intense defending there from Andrew Pike. Adam Wilson-Weir has to try again at another corner. There's not many laps left for them to finish this. 2 or 3 maybe. can't read out that comment in YouTube, but it's rather funny. Let's see if Adam can put the challenge back on Andrew Pike. It seems to be around Eau Rouge and on the Kemmel Straight that it all happens between these two. Benji McCluskey, is he on his final lap? I'm not entirely sure. Yep, we are on the final lap. The white flag is waving, so this is Benji McCluskey's final lap of the season, and it's going to be the incoming champion's final lap. Now, anything I say about championships, it is all subject to change because of the way the standings might end up turning out after. I'm just covering my backside a bit there, just in case anything happens. Now, we do have Matthew Addy in trouble here for third place. Alan McCain is alongside now. Alan McCain might well be making a move for third place. There we go. I wonder if Matthew Addy is saving fuel, trying to get to the end. But Alan McCain's on the podium here. That would be a dream result for him, considering the race he's had. But yeah, it certainly looks like Matthew Addy is saving fuel, just trying to get it to the end. Yeah. Oh, you know what? He might need a splash and dash here. Unless he's trying to wait for Benji McCluskey to pass him so that he automatically gets one lap less. That might be what Matthew Addy is waiting for. To be honest, if you're Matthew Addy, you might lose out to Quinton Klumper here, but we are going to greet through our race winner of this final race of the season, Benji McCluskey, one of the big names of this series. He's not a champion this year, but he is a race winner at the end of the season. McCluskey wins here at Spa. Second place is Harry Langford with a strong race, but not turning out to be the winner. But our gold category champion, for the first time in Next Gen for as long as I've been commentating, William Guthrie, with a dominant season, is your gold category champion. Massive congratulations to Full Tilt and their driver winning the championship. The first Full Tilt driver champion since Karol Puchalka in Season 5. And he was also gold category champion. And we didn't get him coming across the line. I'm so sorry about that. But our champion in bronze category is Gabriele Papaconstantino. It's been a long time coming for him, but he's done it. He is bronze category champion. All the wins this season, and that is reward. Jeffrey Kruger, he's tried his absolute best to do this tonight, and it comes with a win at the season end. He misses out on another silver category championship, but it's been another strong season and another great dominant race win for Jeffrey Kruger tonight. Sean Shute is next to come through, his best result of the season, second place in silver category, and I'm fairly sure that will be enough to get CSA Team Pass up the Teams Championship in Season 9. And our final champion to greet through, he's already celebrating. He won a championship already in another league, in rallying, but now it's GT3s, and now it's in Next Gen for the first time ever for Alan McCain. A long time coming. He is a champion in Next Gen. He's our silver category champion. Massive congratulations to everyone taking part this season. All the race winners, all the championship contenders, and of course, all of the champions. Good effort, guys. We are going to get interviews with our champions. All three of them. Maybe even a chat with CSA would be nice. What a season we've had. What a season we have had. But these are the results of tonight's race. We'll start with the gold category. Benji McCluskey is the race winner here at Spa-Francorchamps by 4 seconds over Harry Langford. William Guthrie did not put in his absolute best performance tonight, but he didn't need to. He secured the championship, 3rd place out there. Archie Bennett comes through in 4th place, and Andrew Pike eventually won that battle between him and Adam Wilson-Weir, 4th, 5th position, but a brilliant battle between them two anyway. Stefan Vessel signs off a miserable season for himself in 7th position, but his team win the championship in the teams. Matt Cheverton is 8th place, followed by Jason Raff, and DNFs by the looks of it for Gaz Williams and Ben Altria. Silver category next, and it's a win in the final endurance round of the season, Jeffrey Kruger. Followed by teammate Sean Shute with one of his best results of the season. 3rd position, Alan McCain from Quinton Clumpert in 4th position. And Alan McCain, of course, champion of silver category. Steinveit, a strong race for him, but comes through in 5th place in the end. And similar with Matthew Addy, who looked like he was saving fuel at the end there, is 6th position. And Elwyn Sykes comes through in 7th. Bronze category now. And Wesley Lewin gets a win in bronze category. His first win for what I can remember being a long time. He gets the bronze category win in the endurance. Fantastic result for him. Gabriel Papaconstantino, champion in bronze category. 2nd in this race. Josh Downing, 3rd place. Signs off a very, very strong season for himself. With Matt Gatter finishing 4th in the end in bronze category. Losing out to Josh Downing. Jochen Seeger, a strong season for him. I think he may have secured 3rd position. With Stephen de Gravelia finishing in 6th place. He had strong pace tonight, but he was on an alternative strategy right from the word go due to an incident. Mike Reedner, 7th, followed by Davide Favo and Shamoy Samuel round off the bronze category grid. And we have an update to the championship standings. So this is how it looks at season end in the gold category after the final round. That confirms it. William Guthrie is our champion in gold category. Benji McCluskey comes through in 2nd position with Harry Langford in 3rd place. Although not contending tonight, Jack Pittas finishes in 4th position and Adam Wilson-Weir gets himself into the top 5 as well. So a very strong season for the Type 2 Racing Wolf drivers. But in the silver category, Alan McCain is confirmed champion by 24 points from Jeffrey Kruger, who has a strong final round of the season, but Alan McCain is our champion in silver. Matthew Addy, 3rd position. The absent Paul Williams helped him a little bit there, but a strong season for Matthew Addy still means he gets a good 3rd position. Bronze category, and Gabriel Papaconstantino is confirmed champion of bronze category by quite a margin in the end too. Josh Downing in 2nd place. Wesley Lewin, with that final round performance, comes in clutch, swiping away 3rd place in the championship in bronze category from Jochen Seeger in the end. And with a good final round there, Stephen de Gravelia does get himself into the top 5 in the championship. And the teams... CSA Team Pass Up, outright highest scores tonight with 104 points with a contingent of strong results tonight. they win the team's championship with their drivers Stefan Vessels, Jeffrey Kruger, Sean Shute and Wesley Lewin. Second position were Type 2 Racing Wolf with Adam Wilson-Weir, Harry Langford and Jack Pittas. And in third place, securing third, was Crest Autosport with Nigel Stock, Alan McCain, Stephen Fry and Stephen de Gravelia. Which makes me a happy bunny. Okay, we are going to zoom back to the start of the race. And while we're just setting that up, we will soon have some interviews with our champions. So the first driver we are going to speak to is our gold category champion. Oh, we saw a very nasty incident at the start of the race there. We are going to chat to our gold champion, that is William Guthrie. Welcome to the comms booth, William. You are gold category champion at NXTGEN Racing. How are you feeling, mate? And welcome back to the comms booth.
Not too bad. Sorry in advance if I start coughing. I'm just getting over the worst of a cold right now. I'm on the mend. But it's nice to finally win a title. I got sort of close last season, joining like 3 rounds in or something. So to be able to pull the win off this season is quite nice. Although quite very different. The season played out very differently. Last season I won a lot of feature races. This season I only won the one, and I won a load of sprint races, plus the two enduros. But both fairly enjoyable seasons, to be fair, but it was good fun.
Absolutely, and to be fair, we've been talking about it all season, where the 3 of you battling in the gold championship, yourself, Benji, and Harry Langford, you are among the highest scoring gold category drivers there's ever been in this championship, which is incredible. So what's it truly been like battling with McCluskey and Langford all season? Because it must... I've had battles like that in championships, and it just must be difficult, but so satisfying as well to have great battles and to come out on top from that as well.
Yeah, it's good fun, because obviously me and Benji know each other in real life as well. We were out 2 weeks ago with Adam at a classic car thing. I've met Harry in real life and we went to Brands. It's not just Harry and Benji, there's Stephen as well. He's always good crack the race. All of them are good crack the race, to be honest. Most of them are good crack the race. I enjoyed battling Benji. I think our best battle was probably Hockenheim in the feature before I got damaged. That was a good wee battle, but I can trust Benji and I can trust Harry to give me space, and I'll give them space, and we can all be respectful. And even the odd time when we're racing for fun, we might give each other the odd wee wave in the straight or the odd flash as a bit of a hello and a bit of a laugh. But that's just what you call great respect between drivers and just knowing who you're racing really well. But it's really it's good fun racing Benji and Harry. I do enjoy it.
That's good stuff. It's great to see that as well, that you've all got good racing respect for each other. We've never seen anything come to a head between you 3 as well, which is fantastic to see. But what I want to ask is, of all this season, you've won so many races this season. Which one race or one round, you can answer both if you want, but which round or which race this season would you say has been the best for you, the main highlight of the season?
Probably I'll say 2 of them, because both of them I thought were equally good. The 2 endurances I won at Road America and Nürburgring, because I just got them down to a T. I did the fuel spot on at Nords, and I had good pace, and around Road America I just paced myself brilliantly, again with the fuel and the tyres on the strategy, and it worked out really, really well. So those are probably my 2 proudest ones. I'm proud of all my sprint race wins as well, and because to be able to get on pole and maintain the lead with the way draft, because it's very hard to break away because we're on fixed set. Just the draft just keeps you in play. Not necessarily that people can make a move, but you have to be on your toes. But yeah, there's 2 standout races for me. I couldn't really pick between them, but definitely Nords and Road America, the 2 endurances.
Fantastic. Now, because I know you're ill, I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but you are gold category champion.
Sorry.
No worries, mate. There may be people watching on the live stream tonight, or there may be someone else you want to give a shout out to, but the floor is yours. Who do you want to give a shout out to on this brilliant victory of yours?
Just Benji, Harry, the Type 2 guys. Ben, Jesse, Lewis, all the the Phil Tilt guys who run with me, the Phil Tilt team, Type 2, they're all dead on, and of course Harry and Stephen, they're all dead on the race, and of course to all the admins as well who put it together, and yourself for doing the commentary.
Thank you very much, mate. Well, congratulations, Will. You are gold category champion at Next Gen Racing. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you in the future.
I've actually got a crate of Carlsberg waiting in the fridge for me here as well, so time to crack into that and go watch a bit of WWE or something. Anyway, thank you, Alex. I'll leave you to your next interview.
Enjoy some cheese.
Ah, will do, mate. Will do.
Thanks,
see you later.
There we go. And the reference is James Rick May livery there, if you didn't get the reference there. And just look at this battling at the start of this race between all of them. Now that is what William Guthrie has been doing all season long. That's what all season long. That's what separated him from the crowd. He's able to get through the grid so quick at the start of these races. That has been what separated him from the rest this season. So it's good to see him, and Full Tilt on the top step again. Full Tilt, as I mentioned, the last champion they had in this championship was Karol Puchalka in season 5, and he also was gold category champion, and he dominated that season. So big congratulations to Will Guthrie. Let's see if he's got the number 1 on his door next to James May next season. We are going to move on to our next interview of the night, and it is going to be with our teams champions. So we are going to move on to, well, he was also the winner in the bronze category race tonight, but we are going to chat to Wesley Lewin next, who is a represented driver from CSA Team Passup, who are our team's champions. So, Wesley, first of all, mate, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic. Welcome to the comms booth for the first time, I think, Wesley. Representing CSA Team Passup, not only are you guys the team's champions, so big congratulations to you, but also you won the race tonight, Wesley. So let's talk about that first of all. So how are you feeling about that win tonight? Because that's come out of nowhere.
It's a total shocker, I have to admit, and it's my first night in the car. So yeah, totally out the blue, and I got contact in the first lap going up Eau Rouge, and I raced from the back. I put my head down, and the rest is history. I don't know what more to say. I'm totally shocked, gobsmacked. I got the podium for class overall in bronze, which was my aim for tonight. It wasn't a win, but I'll take it.
Amazing stuff. Is Spa one of those tracks that you just feel good at then? I know also the Mustang is very quick tonight, but is Spa just one of those tracks that you like?
It's a bit of a love-hate, I'd say. Don't particularly enjoy it, but my lap times were pretty good in the Beamer, my original car. And I matched it in the Mustang after, I think, 8 months since I've been in the car. So I was pretty happy about that. At least there was a bit of consistency in my lap times there to be competitive, and it paid off. It showed tonight. So yeah, I'd say it's one of my better tracks, even though I wouldn't want to admit it easily.
Fantastic stuff. Now let's talk about CSA Team Passup. That race tonight was the highest scoring round for any team across the entire championship. So you guys cooked tonight. But yeah, just give us a little bit of a word from CSA. Your drivers have done very well tonight, and you've done very well across the season. So yeah, how's the team feeling at this point?
Yeah, we were chasing this like dog with a bone. It's consistently showing up for races, not giving up really, and I think it's more the consistency. The results for our team haven't been great this season. I think it's indicative in the points for each individual belonging to the team. There's been a couple of missed races, but overall, when we do show up, then the results were pretty good. So yeah, congrats to the boys. It's been great. It's been awesome chasing down some of the front guys to make this happen, and on to the next season.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, you summed that up brilliantly. And last question, Wesley. Is there anybody who may be watching the live stream tonight that you want to give a shout out to on behalf of CSA and yourself?
Just out to my boys, the team, for keeping it just all out fun. I'd like to take some time to apologize to some of the boys in the chat stream. Some words were exchanged, some contact, whatever. I apologize for that. And to my girlfriend, I think, was my biggest supporter. She's behind me making some tea. And we're going to celebrate with some tea and biscuits now.
Sounds good. I wish I could join you. Yeah, thanks very much, Wes. Hopefully see you next season. Congratulations to yourself and the team. Have a great night.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
CSA team pass up to remind you, teams champions of Season 9 at NXTGEN Racing GT3s. And Wesley Lewin, your bronze category winner in the endurance tonight. And yeah, he's right. He did come from the back of the grid. He did have an incident on lap 1, and he had to fight his way through from the back. At this point, we're watching him right now, which is not far into the race. He's 6th. So he's had a real good race out there. Probably the best race that I've seen him have for a long time. So big shout out to him. And as I mentioned, CSA Team Pass Up tonight were the most pointsy team, to quote Tom Ingram, in the championship this season. So a big congratulations to them to secure the championship tonight. So we are going to move on to our next interview, and it is going to be with our silver category champion. We are going to chat to Alan McCain next. Alan McCain is one of my drivers, so I'm particularly proud of him right now. But Alan, welcome to the comms booth. You are silver category champion, and it's your first Next Gen championship. How are you feeling, mate?
Buzzing, really buzzing. I just don't really have words at the moment.
It's been a long time coming, mate. You've been a part of Next Gen for a very long time, and it's finally happened. But tonight, let's talk about tonight first of all. You mentioned to me that you were struggling with the Porsche a little bit before starting tonight, but you did manage to secure a P3 in the end, I believe it was, if my memory serves me right. But how was tonight? Because it just looked like a bit difficult to get it done throughout the night, but in the end it ended up being not a bad result for you.
Yeah, it was the current season change has messed with quite a few things in a lot of cars. Porsche seems to have a lot of understeer, real bad understeer. The only kind of way I dealt with it was to turn the brake bias far further rearward than I ever would run. As for the understeer, well, that kind of cured the understeer because it wasn't heating the tires the same. But the biggest problem was if we touched the curb in the Porsche, the traction control was just going mad. It was cutting out. You weren't getting the drive out of the corner if you clipped the outside curb. But anyway, it was. Other than that, I sort of get dialed in and just chopped away at it and tried to just do what I done.
Absolutely, and doing.
So glad.
Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was so glad to see Matthew Addy running low on fuel. It was catching him 2 seconds to 3 seconds a lap, just depending. And as it got closer and closer to him, the time just come back to me. So I was real happy about that. Just to finish the season off with P3.
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout the season, you've had quite a few wins to your name. I asked the same question to Will, but what was the one race this season that stands out to you as the highlight of the season?
Can't even remember yesterday, never mind what the rest of the season was.
First one that comes to your mind, go.
I don't even know.
That's a good start.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll have a stab at it here in a sec.
I can't even remember the races you've won now. I should know that, being the team manager. But let's have a look at what you've done this season. So in terms of sprint races, you won at Hockenheim, you won at Monza, you won at Motorsport. Feature races, you won
I would say the Monza.
Okay. Yeah, because you finished high up overall in that race as well, didn't you? You were contending with the gold drivers in that race.
Yeah, I would call it a good quality and was up in the gold category at that stage.
Yeah, and we'll talk about gold category in a sec, because I think that's your next path, isn't it? But the Interlagos feature race as well, that close finish with Paul Williams needs to be mentioned as well. You've had quite the headline kind of season, haven't you, with those kind of races?
Yeah, without a doubt.
So gold category next season. You've dabbled in gold category previously, but how are you feeling about that for next season?
Not really keen on it, but if I was staying in the Porsche, I would not be keen. But I'm going to have to bite the bullet and park the Porsche and go something different.
Yeah.
I'll be holding all our learning curve, but I'm pretty sure I would like to finish sort of mid-pack. Would be my ideal for the first season gold. Even just to stay in gold would be good, but feeling that if I fall back to silver, I fall back to silver, but it'll not be for trying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see how you get on next season. Very much looking forward to that. Last question, Alan. Is there anybody who might be watching the live stream tonight who might have been watching all season that you want to give a shout out to?
No, I don't have any friends.
Lovely. I'm your friend, aren't I, Alan?
Well, you're not watching it, you're doing it, so
True.
Yeah.
True.
Big shout out to yourself, Next Gen, for putting such a good season on. Real close. The categories were well split this season. Real good, close competition in every class. Just a shame about the changes of the car sort of midway through the season and then at the end of the season there, but that was just because of nothing out of our control. But other than that, yeah, and can't forget Nigel Stuck and Stephen Guthrie for being my teammate and listening to me whine constantly on a Wednesday night because I wasn't quick enough.
Brilliant stuff. Well, well done to yourself for winning the championship, Alan. Finally, and well done for helping secure Crest Autosport a third place. I'm a very happy guy right now. So, well done, mate, and we'll see you next season.
No problem, that'll do. Cheers.
There we go. Alan McCain, silver category champion. Now we are going to move on very, very quickly because he's been waiting very patiently. And to be fair, he has been receiving interviews all season long. Or he's been volunteering for interviews all season long. So he's quite popular in this comms booth. But we now bring into the comms booth a regular appearance here. Gabriel Papaconstantino, welcome to the comms booth, mate. You are bronze category champion at NXTGEN Racing. First of all, mate, how's that feel?
It's a relief, mate. Cheers for having me back on again. Yeah, it's a relief. It's been a long time coming, I feel, for myself. It's always been bridesmaid, never the bride. So, yeah, finally nice to bring it home this time.
Absolutely. It's been a long time coming, and I mentioned it on the live stream earlier. I've mentioned it a few times this season, but when you first came along to NXTGEN, you were bottom of the pond, weren't you? I think your first ever race you were dead last, and you've just improved race by race, season by season, and this is the reward now. So just looking back retrospectively of that, you just must feel quite good about how far you've come.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I first did that first season of NXTGEN, this GT3 season, I literally had just started actually professionally, sort of semi-professionally or professionally sim racing. So I was really inexperienced. I had never really done it before. So yeah, to sort of improve from that through 3 years on now is huge, and it's very satisfying to see that improvement now in the form of a championship. And yeah, I mean, I've got the team to thank, and NXTGEN as well to thank for putting the opportunities out there for me to race and to keep improving and to keep pushing myself to improve.
Absolutely well said, mate. So let's have a little chat about tonight's race. So at this point we're watching on you, it's quite early on in the race. You were leading the race, but then later on in the race Wesley did overtake you. What was the reason? Were you saving fuel, or was Wesley just that quick?
I think it was a bit of a mixture of both, really. For the middle stint between the first and second stop, I was definitely fuel saving quite aggressively, because I knew the tank sort of needed a bit stretching to be able to get to the end. So I was definitely fuel saving quite aggressively. I mean, I pitted a lap later than everybody else. And yeah, I mean, the Mustang is exceptionally quick here. I mean, everyone was saying it is monstrously fast. So when I did see him coming up behind me, I sort of thought to myself, you know, bigger picture, I'm just gonna let him go. He's got the pace right now, so I'm just gonna let him go, sit here, watch my fuel, and make sure I make it to the end, and you know, bigger picture, get the championship.
Yeah, very mature driving there. Yeah, we did kind of sense that you kind of made that conscious decision, think about the bigger picture. So yeah, very good, very good. Let's have a chat about Josh Downing, because all season he has kept you honest, hasn't he? He's not been banking in the wins, but he has been banking in the points, and it's kept you honest all season, hasn't it? What's he been like as a competitor in bronze category?
It's been really, really good. I mean, I'm lucky to say that I've had every single year that I've been, every single championship, that I've been sort of towards the front of the championship throughout the season. I've had good battles with people, and this year's no exception. Josh has been, you know, he's always been there. He's always kept me on my toes. Even today at the start, he made me work for it. So yeah, I mean, it's races like this, it's championships like this that push you to get better. And you know, I think he's going to do great things in the next season in bronze category, or even if he gets moved to silver category, great. We can continue this battle together.
Absolutely. And let's talk about silver category next season. How are you feeling about it?
I look forward to it. I look forward to the challenge. I'm not one to shy away from a challenge. So yeah, in some of the races I've had the pace on the silvers, some of the races I haven't. So yeah, I mean, it's just going to push me to improve even more, and yeah, just not take this for granted, and be a bit static, and to really try and push the envelope.
Absolutely. And are we going to say goodbye to the Lamborghini, or are you going to try and keep that thing going?
Mate, honestly, it's been all reliable for God knows how long I've been running it. Most of the seasons, apart from one in Next Gen, I think, is I've been running this Lambo, and honestly, I genuinely think I'll just run it until they kill it off on iRacing. It is so reliable. I mean, people were complaining about with the new update with the traction control. It was honestly no different than what it was before. So I can't leave it.
maybe that's the hidden gem, is that iRacing are not touching the Lamborghini, so nothing's changing on it. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Last question, Gab. We know there's people on the live stream week in, week out watching you, so the floor is yours. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just shout out to, of course, Mum and Dad, who are watching in Cyprus. They've been watching for the whole season, been supporting. They'll be listening in now, I'm sure. And also all the support from other people who might have been watching it, watching the race today. Shout out to my girlfriend in Germany, who puts up with me on a Thursday every night, screaming and shouting at myself. And shout out to the lads at ATR. I had them in my ear today, helping me out, helping out with any strategy and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Next Gen as well. You know, thank you for putting on a good show for everybody, and yeah, just the races week in, week out, doing all the admin work. It's not easy. So yeah, just thank those guys. And finally, Alex, for you, mate, I know this is going to be your last race and your last season with Next Gen. Just want to thank you for always putting on a show, regardless, you know, come rain or shine. You've always put on a good show for everyone to watch, and for all of us afterwards to have a look at. And yeah, just want to wish you the best of luck in the future, mate, with everything that you've got going on. And yeah, thank you again.
You're a superstar, mate. Thank you very much. Well done, mate. You are bronze category champion. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you very much, mate.
And lastly, a big shout out to Gabrielle's family and friends watching all season long. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. So thank you very much. And thank you to everyone else that has been watching all season long. It really has been a pleasure. That is all, folks. That is all. That's going to sign off our season. So the last thing we're going to do is just have a final reminder of the results from this race, the championship standings, and then we're going to sign off for another season here at Next Gen Racing. So the race results were as follows. In the gold category, first of all, your top three were Benji McCluskey signing off the number one on his door, but with a win in the end of this brilliant season. Harry Langford also battling for the championship with McCluskey and Guthrie all season long, finishes second in this race, and William Guthrie is third place in this race. Silver category, your race winner was Jeffrey Kruger with a really dominant performance tonight, and his teammate Sean Shute comes through in second position, and Alan McCain stealing third place towards the end of the race there. And in bronze category, Wesley Lewin takes the win in this race from Gabriel Papaconstantino in second position. Not to be another race win for him this season, but he's got enough to his name, hasn't he? Josh Downing in third place rounds off the podium in bronze category. And the championship standings, still provisional, as things can change with post-race penalties, but gold category, our champion is William Guthrie, with second place going to Benji McCluskey, the winner of that race, and he takes that second place by 1 point from Harry Langford in the end. But a reminder that these three are three of the most successful drivers there has ever been in Next Gen Racing on Thursday night. So a big congratulations to all three of them, and especially to William Guthrie. Silver category, Alan McCain is your champion in silver category. He takes it in front of Jeffrey Kruger in second position, and Matthew Addy swiping away the third place in the final round there. Bronze category, Gabriel Papaconstantino is your champion in bronze, and he takes it from Josh Downing in second position and Wesley Lewin in third place, who takes third place in the final round of the championship with his stunning win at Spa tonight. And the team's championship, CSA Team Pass Up win with their drivers Stefan Vessels, Jeffrey Kruger, Sean Shute and Wesley Lewin having the biggest point scoring round of any team in the championship this season to secure that championship. Second place goes to Type 2 Racing Wolf with Adam Wilson-Weir, Harry Langford and Jack Pittas, and third place secured by Crest Autosport with Nigel Stock, Alan McCain, Stephen Fry and Stephen de Gravelia piloting the team there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching all season long. Thank you very much for watching all these seasons here at Next Gen Racing while I've been commentating. But this has been Season 9 of the GT3s hosted by Next Gen Racing, and a big shout out should go to our partners, sponsors and affiliates here that include PowerMax Racing, Mark Sykes Designs, Benji Sim Photos, Motorsport UK Esports, Sam Cases, Moser Racing, Joyce Design and Falconer PC. Remember, there are plenty of leagues on offer at Next Gen Racing, including this one, the GT3s, which shall resume later in the year. Please scan the QR code on our screen there, or if you're unable to scan the QR code, please click the link in the description to get access to Next Gen Racing's Discord server, where you'll meet the drivers, you'll meet the admins, and you'll get all the news that is Next Gen Racing and all their leagues that they are hosting. My name's Alex Everett. I've been your commentator this season and since Season 5. I'm signing off here, and whoever this league goes to in terms of commentary and broadcasting, you're in good hands, everyone. Thank you very much for watching Season 9. See you in Season 10. Thank you and good night.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, that's all from us here at Next Gen Racing, the home of clean and fair sim racing for all.